Yeah, they'll do like opening stuff
Okay, I
in
think
late
all
third
right,
and then the
all
game
right.
starts.
I think we're getting moving.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go to a commercial and then come back. Well, when you do the opening, I'll be ready to get
Well,
the.
it's like starting.
And I have Facebook up. Really do that between innings.
Okay, everyone, we are live. Welcome to our next play-by-play broadcast of the New York Mets and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Today is the 11th of July. Pittsburgh Pirates are 33 and 56, and the New York Mets are 47 and 39. We appreciate everyone who is watching. We will be putting this up on Facebook as well as we're on YouTube, and we'll share to the Twitter page as well. So we appreciate everyone being here. The game is getting ready to start at 1:10. Umpires today. Home plate is Jeremy Rehack. First base is Dan Asanya. Second base is Andy Fletcher, and third base is Scott Berry. We have cloudy skies, 76 in Queens, New York today, Joe. And we have the Pirates will be up first, of course, being the away team. How about you read us off their lineup to start?
Yep, the Pittsburgh Pirates batting order, leading off, number 26, second baseman Adam Frazier. Batting second, number 27, shortstop Kevin Newman. Batting third, number 10, center fielder Brian Reynolds. Batting cleanup, number 69, first baseman John Nagowski. Batting fifth, number 18, left fielder Ben Gamble. Batting sixth, number 15, right fielder Wilmer Defoe. Batting seventh, number 64, third baseman Rodolfo Castro. Batting eighth, number 5, the catcher Mike Perez. And batting ninth and on the mound, number 37, Chase Dijon.
Unfortunately, a Notre Dame notable name missing, Joe, would be Cabrian Hayes, the big rookie for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Unfortunately, he's not going to be in the lineup today. Maybe we'll see him as a pinch hitter or whatnot. But for the New York Mets, going around their infield, they have them all playing today. Dominic Smith will be in left field. Brandon Nimmo in center field. Right field will be Michael Conforto. Third base, Jonathan Villar. Shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Second base is Jeff McNeil. First base will be Pete Alonso. Catching, James McCann. And on the mound, lefty, Aaron Loup will be starting. Aaron Loup is, of course, as you trademark Met fans will know, he is definitely a middle reliever. But unfortunately, they kind of ran low on starting pitching. So Aaron, probably going to be a bullpen game. Aaron Loup, he is 3-0 so far with 30 games this year, 26 innings, an ERA of 1.73. What you'll see from Aaron Loup today in probably the 1 or 2 innings as they will be starting the game right away. Apologies, we kind of did it last minute here, but first pitch in there at 89 miles an hour, fastball for a strike by Loup. From Loup, he actually throws a sinker. That's 4.8% of the time, 94 miles an hour. He throws it. Next pitch in there, fouled to the back by the first man up. Joe, I don't have it in front of me. Adam Frazier.
Yep.
Also from Loup, you'll see a cutter 37% of the time, a changeup 9.2, and a curveball 9%. All right, now that we're caught up, Joe, 2 pitches in.
Yep.
We got Adam Frazier is in there.
Loup is a guy, Derek, that isn't he's not one of the guys who's going to blow you away. He's kind of like that, like you said, he throws some off-speed stuff. I bet it's his first career start, Derek.
It might be. And he gets a curveball or a slider in there for strike 3, and that is a swinging strike on Frazier. That will be the first out for the Mets. Yeah, he's probably what you call a lefty specialist, right? He's not really you don't really see him going more than 2 innings, I would say, depending on how
3 at the most.
Depending on how many pitches he throws in this first inning. Next up is Kevin Newman. He's hitting 207, 13 RBIs. He's 2 of 8 in this series. First fastball is a little low there.
Derek, this is a bad Pittsburgh team. They're just not good. They have low averages. Their ERAs
which
are
isn't really a shock, right?
Right.
Second pitch from Loop in there inside and gets by the catcher.
When you trade half your organization in many previous years, we'll talk about Frazier next time up. I want to just mention to fans that the Mets are definitely looking at him. There's been a lot of rumors about Adam Frazier coming to the Queen City, so we'll see if that materializes.
Another pitch inside, 85 miles an hour from Loop, 3-0 count. Already, Jared Eichhoff, Joe, former Philly, is up in the
former Philly too, Derek.
Up in the bullpen. Loop gets a strike in there, 3-1. So it looks like Eichhoff might be the bulk man for this game. Next pitch from Loop, 3-1. Chopper right up the middle, and that is a ground ball out for Newman. Nick McNeil. I wasn't sure who it was at first. Yeah, McNeil was playing behind second base, and easy play for him. Joe, they unfortunately the Pirates. Yeah, it's been a few years. If you're a Pirates fan out there, let us know your thoughts on the organization right now. Of course, they're in the rebuilding phase. So you can't be too disappointed in what they're doing this year. We'll get into some of their injuries. That's the first pitch to Reynolds, and that's a swinging strike inside. 0-1. Brian Reynolds hitting 304, 16 home runs, 51 RBIs. A great, one of the great pieces right now in Pittsburgh, at least. Next pitch from Loop works very fast, a little bit low, 1-1.
I think Loop just tries to kind of not just being a middle reliever, but he kind of deceives you. He comes up in a sidearm delivery. That was a nice pitch.
Outside corner, he gets a slider fastball there. 1-2. You can see Brian Reynolds.
Wow.
One of the highest averages in the NL right now, hitting 304.
Him and Frazier up there.
1-2 from Loop. A little bit inside on the slider there, 2-2. For those that don't know, we're watching on the home team's feed right now, SNY for the New York Mets. So if you're watching with us, you'll be able to see stuff on screen. The 2-2 from Loop, and that's right over the plate. First strike 3, and that is a quick 1-2-3 inning. We may see Loop come back out, actually, Joe.
They might need to sit down.
But that is no runs, no hits, and no errors for the Pirates. And the Mets will be up to bat in the bottom of the first. Very quick out there. We appreciate everyone who's watching.
Yep. And Derek, I have to say, too, that the loss of Brian Hayes today, not being in the lineup, kind of disappointing. And for baseball fans out there, his father is a former player of the Colorado Rockies, Philadelphia Phillies, San Francisco Giants, and New York Yankees. And I probably missed a few teams, but Charlie Hayes, it's his son. And Brian's a real good prospect and a guy we've talked about many times. I know, me and you. So kind of disappointed he's not out there. And Derek, we could have salted Jacob deGrom today. That's why we picked this game, and we didn't get it, Derek.
Early in the week, for those that don't know, early in the week, who might be thinking, why are we doing the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Mets? First off, we don't want to really repeat teams we've done. For those that missed it, early on in the year, we did the Cardinals and the Phillies play-by-play, and then a few weeks ago we did, I believe, the San Diego Padres and the Astros. So we're trying to do some different teams, get looks at different teams. So today we thought Jacob deGrom was potentially going to pitch today. He was supposed to early in the week, but then a lot of rain delays and double headers for the Mets. So he would have been on 3 days rest today, so they decided against it. Instead, Aaron Loop is out there. But Joe,
yes,
I'll give us the starting lineup for the Mets. First off is Brandon Nimmo, center field, batting first. Lindor is at shortstop, batting second. Dominic Smith, left field, batting third. Pete Alonso, first base, batting fourth. Jeff McNeil at second base, batting fifth. Michael Conforto, sixth at right field. Jonathan VR, seventh at third base. James McCann catching at eighth, and Aaron Luke probably will not be hitting unless we get through the lineup, but he is currently batting ninth. Starting pitcher for the Pirates is Chase DeYoung.
Yeah, the Pirates in the field, Derek. The catcher is Michael Perez. At first base is Mike Nagalski.
First pitch from DeYoung is way high.
The second baseman, as we talked about him, leadoff hitter Adam Frazier. At third base is Rodolfo Castro. At short is Kevin Newman. Left field, Ben Gamble. Center fielder is Brian Reynolds. And in right is Wilmer Defoe. So the Pirates align.
Now, Joe, we won't get any versus stats in this game, DeYoung versus the Mets, because DeYoung has never played the Mets before, and most of these players on the Mets team have only ever played for the Mets. So a curveball in there for a strike for DeYoung. That's 1-1 or 1-2. So Chase DeYoung, what you're going to see from him, he has a four-seam fastball, throw that 47% of the time, 93 miles an hour. Curveball, 24.5, slider, 21.7% of the time, and a changeup at 7. The 1-2 from DeYoung, that's a high cut from Nimmo there, straight back, still 1-2.
Yeah, and DeYoung, we're not sure exactly how to pronounce that name.
DeYoung.
Is it DeYoung?
DeYoung, I think. Yeah, something like that.
It must be the guy from he could be related to the guy from the Cardinals then, Paul.
No, probably not.
Oh.
There's a bunch of them though.
Okay.
That's
He's business out there, no smiling. Really.
1-2 from DeYoung. That looks like curveball, chopped down the right field line. Foul ball against Nimmo.
He's a 27-year-old, Derek, 6'4", 205 pounds, from Long Beach, California.
Yeah, for those that are new, I am a Mariners fan. Chase DeYoung was very briefly in the Mariners organization before they shipped him out again. But
I do actually remember him being there. I actually do remember that name, actually.
1-2 from DeYoung, high 94 mile an hour fastball, 2-2.
Rushes it up there.
Nimmo playing very well right now, Joe. He's up to 323. Back in the lineup after a long stay on the IL for Nimmo, but he is back in the top of the lineup. The 2-2 from DeYoung looked like a slider, and that's ripped over the second baseman, and that's got past the right fielder, and Nimmo turns the corner, and that he'll be in there safe for a double. Leadoff double, good way to start for Brandon Nimmo and the Mets.
And just to set it up, the Phillies are playing the Red Sox today in Fenway Park in Boston. If the Mets would win today and the Phillies would happen to lose, it would be a 5-game lead going into the All-Star break, Derek. So pretty important game for both teams here today. Well, just off the, Adam Frazier made a nice attempt at that. That just was over his glove. That was a real good try by Frazier, the second baseman.
That'll bring up Francisco Lindor. He's batting .220, 10 home runs. You can see there on screen, Nimmo is on fire since his return from the IL. He's batting .353. And then you have Francisco Lindor, who is hitting better recently, I believe. He's just he struggled mightily to start the season.
I think there's something to him coming over from the Indians in the American League. I just think when you guys switch leagues, you don't know the pitchers. You don't, it kind of sounds like an excuse, but he's a really great player, and he's not going to hit 220 for his career in New York. Derek, this series, he's 2 for 9 with a grand slam. He hit that the other night, actually.
We have 1-0 to Lindor. That's a curveball just outside, 77 miles an hour, 2-0. Nimmo at second, with the leadoff double. Do you,
just in a baseball strategy sense, do you think he went up there thinking maybe trying to get him over to third, but do you bunt even, Travis?
No.
Not with him.
Well, with the lefty up especially, I think he'll very easily be able to pull it to the right side of the infield and at least knock him over. But that being said, he hits a pop-up out of play down the left field line, barely out of the reach of Castro, the third baseman.
Derek, that was great thinking, though, on your part, because, you're right. It looks like they're going away from him because they want him to try to roll something over.
Yeah.
Instead of, giving him something, either drive or you don't even want to jam him here because what the Mets doing there?
Yeah, and I'd be interested to see where they're playing in the infield, if they are playing them to pull.
Yeah.
Or
exactly. We can't really tell. We see Nimmo's back.
Yeah, I don't really see either of them, but
yeah.
the 2-1 from DeYoung, and he looks back. Nimmo, he moves back.
I don't think he's stealing third.
No.
Not with nobody out in the first inning.
Probably just to keep him close. Yeah. I would assume. I believe Nimmo's injury was a hand injury.
He's wearing the mitt.
So he is wearing the mitt. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head, but. The 2-1, Lindor, straight back, foul, 2-2.
Love to know where the mitt came from, Derek, because it's something. Like, it's just kind of popped up the last couple of years. You watch baseball and you see these guys put that on right on first base.
Lindor is second in home runs, as you see on the screen for the SNY. Again, we're watching on SNY, the Mets station. 10 home runs, which isn't a lot, Joe.
No.
For this Mets team that really was a strong hitting team last season.
They're missing a bat. They're missing another bat in the lineup, I think. And I know J.D. Davis has been injured a lot. He's also not in the lineup again today. Still might be in the injured list. I wasn't totally sure about that.
The 2-2, that is cranked into mid right field there, and that is gone over the right center field fence. And make it 11, Joe, for Francisco Lindor. Puts the Mets up 2-0. And there is the trademark what is that? What do they call that?
The apple.
The apple, the big apple.
Whatever it is, I don't even know.
That comes up. That is a 2-run homer. Exit velocity of 104.5 for Francisco Lindor. Mets fans have to be happy seeing that, and maybe, Joe, that's going to get him going and really mean something for the coming season, as that pitch was right down the middle, and Lindor didn't miss it.
If he starts playing the way he did in Cleveland, the Mets are going to win the division going away. He's such a very, very good hitter.
That'll bring up Dominic Smith. We're not even looking to swing there.
Nope.
He takes a strike outside corner, 0-1. Lindor really just had started slow a little bit, but he's kind of picked it up, as we said, over the past few weeks. That's the 0-1 pitch is a little bit high from DeYoung. That's 1-1. Another guy who's been picking it up has been Dominic Smith. He started off pretty slow too. He's hitting 255, 9 home runs, and 37 RBIs so far this season. The 1-1 from DeYoung, way high again. That's the third time he's done that. Way high fastball, 2-1.
So, Smith ahead of the count. Lindor with all his hair there. He really had a hair.
That's a curveball right over the middle of the plate. 2-2. Good pitch there from DeYoung.
Looks like DeYoung is definitely featuring that curveball. He seems to be throwing it to the first 3 batters quite a bit.
So Dominic Smith, 2-2 pitch. That'll be a slider inside at the knees, 3-2.
Well, the Mets had early bullpen activity, and I don't know. The Pirates, I probably think DeYoung is stretched out well enough to go at least 4 to 5 innings, but it's a tough Mets lineup too.
That's a 3-2 pitch from DeYoung. Outside, misses with a curveball. That is a walk on Smith. Yeah, I looked up DeYoung's starts, and you can pretty much put him in, Joe, for 5 innings.
Okay.
I think about 4 times he's thrown 5 innings. He's thrown 4 2/3 innings.
Right.
He's pretty much a 5-inning guy. You don't really see him going any more than that. Of course, they're replaying Lindor's massive home run. Again, Mets fans have to like that. Already a mound visit. That's pitching coach Oscar Marin. Wonder if something's wrong with DeYoung. He looks all right. But only 18 pitches in. This is the last game of before the All-Star break here, Joe. So you probably throw out all the stops if they truly wanted to. Pete Alonso will be next up, hitting 254, 17 home runs and 49 RBIs. 2 home runs this series.
But he's 2 for 11. That's it.
Yeah, and those were his only 2 hits. Yeah. He's the 0-0 first pitch from DeYoung. That's a little bit high again on the fastball.
Derek, I don't think you should throw him a fastball anywhere near the middle of the plate.
Yeah, well,
I feel like it's a bad.
And this is very interesting, as you fans may know. This is the 4th game in this series. There was a doubleheader yesterday, and after the All-Star break, they're going to have 3 more games against one another. And that's a pop-up on a curveball. Looks like it might. Nope, he's not going to get. Nagowski is going to grab it just before the screen there, down the first base line. So that is 1 out. Still a man on first, Dominic Smith for the Mets.
Yeah, here comes that was a nice play by Nagowski going over towards the stands, and just a real good play by running it down. Derek, here comes one of the most peskiest hitters I've ever even seen.
Jeff McNeil will be up batting 6th in the lineup. He's a 255 hitter with 3 home runs. Another one who spent some time on the injury list, but has made his way back. He's 4 for 9 in this series with 2 RBIs. Excuse me. The first pitch from DeYoung is a fast. Looks like maybe a change up there, outside corner.
Looks like a clean shaven Jeff McNeil too. Wow. Usually he does that facial hair.
1-0 to McNeil. That's and we'll talk. I'm sure we'll talk about the plenty of injuries that the Mets have had, and this is one of them. The 1-0, and again outside, just misses. Maybe another change up there. To DeYoung, 2-0.
We also talked about Davis earlier, J.D. Davis, the third baseman.
Yes, so, and we'll run. I'll probably run through them in the next half inning here with all the injuries. But I know J.D. Davis is on his way back, Mets fans. So look for that. There's a 2-0 from DeYoung that also misses.
Not sure why he's like trying to nibble here. I mean, go after him because you got Conforto on deck, Derek. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Well, they really chased DeYoung, and there's a 3-0 from DeYoung. That also misses a fastball up, and that is a 4-pitch walk from DeYoung.
And credit to McNeil there.
Yep.
He stayed within himself, but that's who he is. He's a very good contact hitter and a guy that's going to get on base, and we'll talk about him more as the game goes on. I think he's a key factor in the second half for the Mets, Derek. But let's get to this guy who needs to turn it on.
That'll be Michael Conforto. He's batting 7th in the lineup, I believe. 195, 2 home runs, 16 RBIs. He's kind of had a little bit of a slow season to start, so that's another name the Mets fans would like to see pick up.
He's hitting 6th.
Instead of me telling him,
that is a curveball, outside corner for a strike to Conforto. Finally, a strike from DeYoung.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown much. He's thrown 25 pitches, and I think 20 of them have been balls. That's probably not
13 balls so far, but
still not good.
He hasn't really been throwing a fastball over the plate, so I'd be interested if he looks breaking ball here. 0-1. There's another. What was that? Was that maybe a slider?
Yeah, it didn't look like a fastball.
Yeah.
He looks like if he's throwing the fastball, Derek, he's throwing it for a ball. He's not getting it on the corner.
No, he's not.
He's throwing it high. Alonso Alonso didn't to swing the bat on that first fastball he saw.
So see if he kind of loads in on a certain pitch here. The 1-1 right over the middle plate. That one is crushed by Conforto down out to center field to the wall, and that one is gone. A 3-run homer for Michael Conforto, and that puts the Mets up 5-0. His 3rd home run of the season. And Joe, that is another player that I'm sure Mets fans are loving to see hit a home run. He's another guy that if they want to make some noise in the playoffs or towards playoffs time, they really need Michael Conforto
he needs to
get
step
going.
up. And I know somebody that's happy right now, Charlie. Charlie's happy right now. 5-0 Mets.
That puts DeYoung in a bad spot here, Joe.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
5 runs, only 1 out so far, and 27 pitches. But again, that was a fastball right down the middle. Yeah, what would you rather, miss it high or throw it right down the middle of the plate? I don't know. But he's having some trouble hitting his spots with his fastball. That brings up VR, another fastball. That one's crushed to the first baseman, Nagowski, who runs the first base and gets the out for the second out.
Took a long time to get the second 2 outs, Derek.
Yeah,
5 runs.
Our time is really we're 30 almost 30 minutes into this first inning here, and DeYoung is struggling. But that ball was crushed. Those watching the replay on SNY, that was crushed by Conforto. Again, got to be something that gets Mets fans excited. Maybe he can really get on fire in this game before. And as I said, that'll bring up not Jonathan VR. They have the wrong name up there. James McCann. He's hitting 253 as 7 home runs. Decent, not amazing numbers from someone who they brought in as a free agent catcher. The 0-0 fastball is fouled back, straight back by McCann.
He's no JT Realmuto, Derek. Throw that in there.
I suppose that's the case, yeah. But, they're not really
they're not the same
asking
player.
much. Well, remember I said we probably won't get to Aaron Loup. Well, Aaron Loup is up next. So
he's got 5 runs on the board.
Then you may see a pinch hitter come in. That one is another fastball down the middle of the plate, fouled back by McCann.
I'm going to predict that we don't see a pinch hitter and see maybe Loup hits. But, I mean, they got just said 8 guys at the plate against DeYoung, who's not faring too well right now. 2 big home runs. 2 big home runs. So
today, and here's the 0-2 pitch to McCann, and that is a nice curveball.
So
gets McCann for the final out. On 3 hits, several walks, no errors, the Mets score 5 runs in the bottom of the first inning against Chase DeYoung, and that'll bring us to the top of the second. That'll inflate Chase DeYoung's ERA, Joe, to a 6.23 right now.
Yeah, he needs to just calm down. But 8 guys at the plate, 2 big home runs. The walks are going to hurt you. And fans, just so you know, right now, in the bottom of the second, the Boston Red Sox are just taking a lead over the Phillies, 1-0. So we have that score to report. And early in Baltimore, the Orioles are winning 2-0 over the White Sox. So we'll have some scores for you throughout this afternoon. Please join us on YouTube, Facebook Live.
Charlie Gano says, yes, you should see it. It's on Facebook, Twitter.
Okay.
Feel free to share if you want. Let people know about the stream. We're only in the first inning, so they can feel free to come and join us. Charlie Gano says, let's go Mets.
Yeah, there he is. They're on a good roll, Charlie. They're on a good roll.
Just a couple injuries to report here for the New York Mets. We talked about they're, for the most part, healthy in terms of their hitting lineup. Only guy out still is J.D. Davis, who has a sprained finger. He's supposedly going to be back after the All-Star break, though. He was in his rehab assignments. Carlos Carrasco, starting pitcher, has yet to see the mound yet for the Mets, strained hamstring amongst other things. They're shooting for late July for him. David Peterson just went down with a strained oblique. He probably won't be back till September. Joey Lucchesi is out on Tommy John surgery. Noah Syndergaard coming back from Tommy John surgery in March of 2020, Joe. But he's looking at September, beginning of September now. He had some setbacks. And then another guy, Robert Gesellman, out of the bullpen, he had a torn lat in mid-June, so he's probably out for a while. No real timetable on him yet.
The Mets did a good job getting runners in scoring position. I scream about that all the time. That's a big thing to do, and they did it that inning, Derek, in the top of the first or bottom of the first.
And took advantage of the walks by Chase DeYoung that he really struggled throwing his fastball over the middle of the plate there.
Well, yeah, and he walked. Those kids are happy to get that ball. He walked Smith, and then he ended up walking McNeil, and that's when Conforto took advantage.
Loop is out there again, so the 0-1 or the first pitch is ball. Loop is at his 15th pitch, so you'll probably see him throw 2 innings here. The next pitch from Loop, inside slider, 2-0, misses.
Yeah, I think it makes sense because then Eichhoff can give you 4 or 5.
Yeah, that must be what they're shooting for. Yeah. Next from Loop, outside fastball misses, 3-0.
But when you never start a game, it's tough. Nagowski's in 317, Derek. He's really having a good series, actually. He's got 3 ribbies and 5 for 11.
And that one is a strike at fastball. Now technically it's a slider, I guess, or a sinker, a sinker that he throws. Bottom of the strike zone there for a strike. Nagowski thought it was a 4th ball, but the 3-1 from Loop to Nagowski. And that one's hit over the second baseman into right field for a single for Nagowski. And maybe the Pittsburgh Pirates can get it going here.
Yeah.
As a former pitcher, this is the time, Joe. You gotta shut it down.
Yeah, you know. Well, I think with him being up next inning, there's a good chance if they need to go to Eichhoff, you're going to see a double switch in the second inning because you don't want Eichhoff to lead off that's going to be. I mean, I guess you could lead him off, but I don't know. He has been a starting pitcher in his career as he was a Philly.
That'll bring up Ben Gamel. First pitch is way outside for a ball.
Luke looks to be a little erratic right now. He doesn't seem to have the strike zone.
Not as he was in the first inning. Ben Gamel hitting 237, 6 home runs, 14 RBIs. Really a 4th outfielder, but and that's over the middle of the plate, and it doesn't drop. Dominic Smith pretty easily gets it there. Line drive for the first out.
Did Gamble play for the Brewers? I feel like he was a Brewer.
He did.
Okay.
Yes, Gamble has played for plenty of teams. Yeah. I know he formerly was a Seattle Mariner. Before that, he was traded from the Yankees.
Oh.
So Ben Gamble, he's been around. But he's really a 4th outfielder.
Yeah.
You would say probably Gregory Polanco, who's currently on the IL. Wilmer Defoe is hitting 253, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. He is the 6th hitter. That's a ground ball up through the middle, gets by both the pitcher and the shortstop, and Nagowski stays at second base. But first pitch swing from Defoe, right through the pitcher there, Joe, and past that's actually McNeil, who's also playing the pull again.
Loop's lucky that it hit him in the foot or the ankle. That was a shot back to the middle. Defoe did a good job just staying with the pitch, Derek. You just went up the middle with it. That'll
bring up Rodolfo Castro, who is hitting 111, only 1 of 9 on the season. That one hit was a home run, Joe. So could be worse, right? First pitch from Loop. We have 1 out. Runners are first and second. That looked to be maybe a changeup in there for a strike over the middle of the plate. Or maybe a cutter. He throws a cutter too.
Rodolfo Castro, right? Number 64. You know that he hasn't probably had many plate appearances.
I just said he was 1 for 9.
Oh, I was
that's a strike over the middle, or a swinging strike outside corner. 0-2. Yeah, he's 1 of 9. His one hit was a home run. So that is the 0-2 from Loop to Rodolfo Castro. And that is a fastball, fouled back again. Still 0-2.
You need to get a run back here if you're Pittsburgh. Get a little good momentum going. You got 2 guys on base.
Unfortunately, you got the bottom of the lineup here, so they didn't really luck out.
Yeah, Castro Perez here needs to come through.
And it'll be a cutter from Loop to ground ball. It is a 6-4-3 double play from Lindor to McNeil to the first baseman, Pete Alonso. That will be 2 hits, correct, on
2 singles.
No errors, no runs. And that will bring up the bottom of the second. And Aaron Loop to start, but we'll probably see a pinch hitter for the Mets, who are still up 5-0. Not what he wanted to see as a Pirates fan there. So just looking forward here, of course, each team will have 4 days off after today for the All-Star break. Coming out of the All-Star break, these teams will be playing each other. 3 games in Pittsburgh on Friday the 16th, Saturday the 17th, and Sunday the 18th. You'll probably be seeing for the Mets, DeGrom, Stroman, Taijuan Walker in some form there. And then for the Pirates, we're looking at JT Brubaker, Tyler Anderson, and Chad Kuhl will all be out there for them. The Mets will then go out to Arizona, the Pittsburgh Pirates will be going out to Arizona to a team that's struggled mightily so far this season. And then the Mets will be headed out to Cincinnati to a second NL Central team. Then you'll probably see some form of, well, we're not too sure the back end of the Mets rotation right now, but probably Tyler McGill will be out there in one of those games. So we appreciate all those who are watching with us. We have the Pirates and the Mets here for those that are watching on YouTube. For those that are following along with us, we are watching on the home team's network here, SNY on MLB TV. If you don't have the ability to watch MLB TV, we appreciate you watching with us. And we're just going to do a little play-by-play of the rest of the Mets and the Pittsburgh Pirates game here.
It's McKinney, Derek.
So, Billy McKinney, right, will be the pinch hitter. It looks like that'll be the end of the day for Aaron Loop. We saw earlier Jared Eichhoff was getting ready, so that'll probably be who comes in. Billy McKinney has really hit for some power so far this year as the first pitch is high, ball 1, fastball. 8 home runs, 20 RBIs, Joe. He's been a pretty solid 4th, maybe even 5th outfielder because Kevin Pillar has also been very good for the Mets too. 1-0 from DeYoung. That's a curveball over the middle of the plate for a strike. At some point here, you got to think that these guys are going to just be leaning heavily on looking off speed because DeYoung is kind of struggling throwing his fastball over the middle of the plate here. 1-1 from DeYoung. That's fouled back. 93 miles an hour.
He doesn't have a lot of deception either, Derek. He's very straight to the plate. He doesn't seem like he's hiding the ball well. There you see Luke laughing a little bit, just kind of his first start ever as a major leaguer. We did talk about earlier, he's a middle reliever. And sometimes just a situational guy on the bullpen. Pitch for Toronto and the Phillies, the 2 teams I know of.
The 1-2 from DeYoung, that's a good curveball for a strike, foul tip into the glove, and that is a strikeout, swinging strike for DeYoung on the pinch hitter, Billy McKinney.
That's his second K.
That'll bring up the top of the order once again. Number 9, Brandon Nimmo, who was 1 for 1 today,
Wow.
Joe.
It was a great catch. Showing a highlight of Nimmo going over the wall to rob the catch of one of the Pirates' batters there. Stroman giving a nice little.
First pitch from DeYoung. That is a fastball. Good pitch. Low in the zone there for a strike. 94 miles an hour.
That's what he's going to have to do. Nimmo last time doubled. Derek scored a run.
Yeah, he raked that into left or right center field. See, he's looking for something like that again. That's a high fastball this time, geared it up to 95. So maybe DeYoung kind of finding
something, yeah.
Yeah, finding a little bit here, and that is 0-2.
But you notice in the delivery, he like kind of hesitates, and then I think he's easy to time. It just looks like, if you notice on this pitch, watch him how he comes over right here. He just kind of stops himself. And I just think that's a nice pitch.
That's a very good curveball as well for a second strikeout in a row. That's number 3,
Yeah,
correct?
that's 3, yeah.
For the day.
It's 2 back-to-back there.
So that'll bring up the second hitter, Francisco Lindor, hitting 223, of course, had the bomb out to the right field fence.
Slider. Look, it could have been a slider. It dove away from
probably curveball,
there,
yeah.
though, maybe a curveball.
So Francisco Lindor, DeYoung seemed to get a little cool now. There's another, as I say that, there's a bouncing curveball.
Yeah.
1-0. That was the 11th home run of the season for Francisco Lindor, second on the team behind Pete Alonso, who will be participating in the home run derby.
Live from Coors Field in Colorado.
Good curveball again there, 79 miles an hour, 1-1.
Yeah, it's a nice cast, Derek, with Alonso. It's Trevor Story from Colorado. It's Shohei Ohtani, the phenom from Anaheim. They have a couple really good players. Trey Mancini, great story, him battling cancer over the last couple of years.
1-1 pitch. Well, there's another high fastball. Got away from him. 2-1.
Derek, that looked like that could have hit a bird. So high.
Joe, you remember when Randy Johnson blew up that bird and with his fastball, another high fastball there from DeYoung?
I do remember.
I think that was spring training. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was Arizona or it definitely wasn't Seattle or Houston. One or 2 years he was with Houston, but yeah, that wasn't very fun. 3-1.
Nice pitch.
Ooh, good curveball. Hits the knees there.
The reason I thought Arizona, so I think it was against Atlanta.
Well. And I know it was spring training, Houston, so it literally could have been anyone.
That was crazy. I saw him pitch live there.
For those that missed that video, it's kind of old, but feel free to go back and see that. 3-2 pitch from DeYoung, and that is fouled back and to the third baseline for
not a lot of people there, Derek. There's a lot of empty seats there on a Sunday afternoon, and a first place team.
A little gloomy out there in New York today. So maybe people were scared away a little bit. I'm not so sure if they're full capacity yet. Anyways, I think they are, but
it should be. Yeah. I will get to that story maybe in between innings. I have an interesting tidbit.
3-2. Oh, he aimed high there, which was interesting. Tried to get him swinging that, and that's a ball forward.
Twice Lindor was on base. Well, he really wasn't on base. He just rounded the bases last time up.
Right, yeah. He went right through the bases. So that'll bring up Dominic Smith. He had a walk and a run scored his first time up. Batting third for the Mets today. 255 is his average so far. You see they're kind of playing him to pull a little bit. Second baseman is out in shallow center or shallow right, excuse me. The first pitch is a high fastball.
He's not getting ahead, Derek. He's just not getting ahead.
Yeah, that's
the thing.
And the only time he did was on his 2 strikeouts pretty much. And so he seems to have the stuff to get you out. He just, as he tries to pick off the door there, didn't seem like he was too far off.
Be careful here because Smith can hit a fastball. I've seen him enough to know he can really turn around the fastball.
That's a 1-0 from DeYoung. That's a curve, maybe a slider. High there, did not swing, says the third base umpire. 2-0.
And Derek, what you want to do here is you don't want to give in, but you also know that Alonso's waiting on deck. So it's already 5-0. So you got to be careful here. You just got to be a little cautious with Smith. And then, God, if you got Alonso or 2 guys on, that could be trouble.
Yeah, well, you don't want to get 2 guys on here.
No.
So we got to really go after this pitcher. 2-0 from DeYoung. It swung at a bad pitch there. That was high. Fouled it straight back, 2-1.
Smith doesn't always have patience. He likes the fastball, and if you can elevate it, he's going to swing. 26-year-old Dominic Smith, 6 foot 239 from Los Angeles, California. These Mets from California.
Someone he seems to be kind of getting used to the outfield. He's probably more of a first baseman, but as that's that is a fair ball right down the first base line where the first baseman was just standing there ready for it, and that is a double play to end the inning. That was only 1 base runner left on and 1 walk, no errors, no runs. And that'll be the end of 2 as we have the 5 for the Mets and 0 for the Pirates. Joe, you said you had a story for us?
I do. Well, it has to do with a little COVID-19. Unfortunately, Howard Eskin of Philly works for WIP and also Channel 10 said, get the bleep vaccine, #Phillies. One of worst percentage and had placed infielder Alec Bohm, right-hand pitcher Connor Brogdon, left-hand pitcher young guy Bailey Falter, and right-hand pitcher ace Aaron Nola on the COVID-related IL because of contact tracing. So they had to call up a couple guys from the Iron Pigs. And it's just really sad because we thought we were in a better spot here with COVID-19, and here we go with contact tracing again. But these guys did not get the vaccine, so I want to point that out. They did not get the vaccine, or most of players, as my brother pointed out to me earlier, they didn't get the percentage of the whole gamut of things. So it's just it's a real sad story right now for the Phillies. Well, the All-Star break's tomorrow. So
yes, so at least somewhat good timing there, right? So
yeah, we just want to throw it out there, and you never want, just like we heard about Ronald Acuna Jr. tearing his ACL last night. You don't ever want, even if you might not like the team or maybe even not like the player, you don't want to see that happen. And, you know, you want to see these guys all be healthy and all be able to fight for, you know, the wins. So.
And that's a tough blow for the Braves team that you have to wonder now what they weren't playing well with Acuna Jr., who is potentially a MVP candidate. So you wonder what direction do they go here? They're really not playing well. Mike Soroka is never going to make his way back now. He's officially done. So Jared Eichhoff comes into the game here. He's 0-1. This will be his second start, or he had 2 starts so far this season. 4.5 ERA, 10 innings. So
he could never figure it out in Philadelphia. He just wasn't able to be consistent enough. But I think, you know, good guy, hard worker, they say. And now he gets a shot in a, you know, not a big game, but maybe give him a boost in the second half. You know, maybe he's a guy they can use a little bit in a doubleheader, a spot start here and there. But Derek, he's still young. I don't think he's anywhere north of 27. I'm guessing. I guess we can confirm that in a bit, but
I'll bring up Michael Perez. He's batting 9th, 136 on the season. A little bit low fastball from Eichhoff.
Kind of seems like he shortened his delivery. He's quicker.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. Yeah, that's another fastball low.
If you still get tapes of him in Philadelphia, even in the minor leagues, pitching in Lehigh Valley, Reading, and then in Philly, he went over his head, or at least a little bit more.
2-0 from Eichhoff, another fastball low.
But yeah, so the Pirates need to be patient because he's gonna throw an array of things at them.
So you've seen, Jared Eichhoff, he's actually 31 years old.
Oh, he's old.
You'll see the 90-mile-an-hour fastball 3-0 here, and that fastball just hits the outside corner. Might have missed.
Perez didn't think so.
But you'll see a four-seam fastball 48% of the time, slider 31.1% of the time, curveball 12.6, and a change 7.9. The 3-1 is it's caught right over the pitcher there, but Lindor was waiting there behind second base for the first out. Would have been a normal single any other time.
Yes, it would have been. That was hit pretty well too. It looks to be DeYoung, so they're gonna go with him.
So Jared Eichhoff, Joe, only 2 starts so far this year for the Mets. So, and there's a fastball at the knees there for a strike. So you can see he's probably someone trying to fill in the back of this rotation until some guys get healthy.
Right. Mainly Carrasco, Syndergaard.
Right. So, DeYoung, there's right to this shortstop there. Lindor gets the out. The 6-3, Joe.
It was.
Not very well hit by DeYoung there, not expected for a pitcher, but that'll bring up the starting or the first hitter for the Pirates. That'll be Adam Frazier. He's hitting .326 this year, 4 home runs. Struck out the first time up. So again, for Eichhoff, you probably expect to get 3 to 4 innings maybe here. There looks to be a slider or the outside corner by Eichhoff for a strike.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to let him go. I mean, you're in the third now. I would assume he's going to go 3 to 4.
0-1, probably another slider there, missed.
For a 4-game series, you're going to use your bullpen a little bit, so I'm sure they have used their bullpen at times.
1-1. Curveball looks to be in the vacant shortstop position there, and that is a slapper for a single. Hey, whatever. I don't have a problem with it, Joe.
No, that was a nice hit. Yes,
that was a nice slap the other way.
And
Didn't get much on it.
He wasn't up there long enough to talk about it, but Adam Frazier being courted by certain teams, and the Mets are in that conversation, so they got to like what they're seeing already from this kid. And him and Alonso having a little chat. Say, hey, want to come over here and win?
Yeah, Frazier, 29 years old. If there's any Pittsburgh fans watching, we'd be interested to see your thoughts on what you want to see done with Adam Frazier. Obviously, maybe looking for a bunt there by Newman, but he pulls back for a ball. Be interested to see what you think should be done with Frazier. Maybe a little bit too old to be a part of the new regime, the new group of young guys coming up, but an all-star talent. One of the few that the Pirates have right now. The 1-0 misses outside. Look, be another slider, 2-0. Kevin Newman had a ground out first time up, bumped his average down 206.
Newman's 27 years old. Another guy from California in this game.
That's a chopper down to the third base line. VR has it, and he throws across the diamond for the third out. That'll be 1 hit and 1 runner left on. No runs for the Pirates. At the end of 2.5, we have the Mets 5 and the Pirates nothing. Once again, thank you very much all who are watching on the YouTube channel. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button. It's going to let you know when we have these live shows, when we have any new shows coming up. And if you have any questions, feel free to jump into the chat. I see the chat going here. So any questions or anything you want us to talk about, feel free to jump in there for our Mets and Pirates podcast here on the 11th of July already, Joe. It's fast. Moving right along. We mentioned the home run derby back there, Joe. So we in the home run derby, that will be on tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, the 12th. Matt Olson, Juan Soto, Joey Gallo, Shohei Ohtani, Pete Alonso, Trey Mancini, Trevor Story, and Salvador Perez in Coors Field. Joe, do you have a favorite?
Well, my sentimental favorite's Trey Mancini, just because of the story of him. But I will say I like Trevor Story, and I hope he does it for the home crowd, because that's always fun to see. Harper did it in Washington that one year. You know, it's just cool to see that. You know, it's fun.
My dark horse here would be Matt Olson.
Oh,
from the A's. I think he's.
I like that there,
because he's always been the home run guy, but he's never been the contact guy.
Right.
This year he's both. So I think he's really in a good mindset hitting. Let us know in the comments, who do you guys think is going to win the home run derby tomorrow?
Does Ohtani get booed or not? That's another one. Does Ohtani? He's an American League guy.
Booed?
Well,
oh my gosh! I don't think anyone's booing him. He's probably one of the faces right now of the MLB. So,
yeah. Along with Fernando Tatis Jr.
So that'll bring us to where we at, the bottom of the second inning here.
No, was it the third?
Or bottom of the third, excuse me. Pete Alonso batting fourth.
He's got on. Well, he's only a RBI shy of 50, Derek.
Yeah, we're at. So the Mets are 47 and 39. So that's 86. That's a curveball inside corner there for a strike. So that's 86 games, a little over half. So he'd probably be on pace for about 90 some home run or RBIs, which is probably a little less actually than what the Mets would want. But
yeah.
The 0-1 from DeYoung, this will be his 51st pitch, and that's slapped right to the shortstop Newman for the first out.
Is it fair to say he's streaky, Derek? Would you call Alonso streaky?
No. I just that's just kind of, I think the player he's going to be.
Yeah.
He's just, I mean, pretty much everyone is a streaky in so many ways, I'm sure, but when you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not. There's not much you can do about it.
True.
That'll bring up Jeff McNeil. 0 for 1 today with a walk. That is slapped down the left field line for and out of play.
That's a tough. That's why he's a tough hitter. He slaps the ball. He's not like Ichiro slap. He likes to foul off balls. Be patient. He does the little things. He's that type of guy. I don't think he was a high. I did write that down, I think.
Second pitch, curveball misses by DeYoung. 1-1.
Jeff McNeil, drafted by the Mets from California State University in Long Beach, and he debuted for the Mets only 3 years ago, Derek. He's a young guy. 2018 was his debut.
1-1 for McNeil again, fouled back to the screen, directly behind him. Yeah, I mean, he's 29, so he's he was just kind of a
late guy.
Yeah, he was drafted in the 12th round, so he was kind of a guy that built up a little bit. Only has a little over 2 years of service time, so someone that was kind of a late bloomer. 1-2 to McNeil. That one's high fastball.
But here he is. They're going to 2-2 count. Like, this is what he does. He works the pitcher.
Sure, they're glad to have me. As we said, McNeil was injured, Conforto injured for a while, Brandon Nimmo. So finally, besides J.D. Davis, the Mets are healthy, 2-2. He slaps another one back for a foul, 2-2. But finally healthy. So I'm sure they would like to come out of this All-Star break and really get firing. And they can probably try to do so playing against Pittsburgh and Cincinnati right out of it. Two. Ooh, and that one's crushed down the right field line, but that's going to go foul.
I don't think I go in anymore, Derek. That was
but maybe that's what he's thinking. Maybe they think that that McNeil won't expect an inside pitch, so now they try to sneak another one in there. Who knows?
Yeah, good point. That fan's very happy getting the ball. She's elated. High fives all around.
2-2 to McNeil. And that one's fouled back again, the curveball, 2-2.
He'll make you throw a lot of pitches. Now DeYoung at 58.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at bat for DeYoung against McNeil here.
And the fastballs he's throwing again are not for strikes. They're really not. Only a handful of them are for strikes.
2-2. Change up there, slapped into the air over the third base line. Gamble looks like he has it, and he does for the out, second out of the inning. That will bring up Michael Conforto, who had his 3-run homer to start or to really get the Mets going there in the first inning. Only his third of the season. As I said, Mets fans probably want to see him really get going.
Look at the ball.
Yep.
I mean, right on the barrel.
Right over the middle. There's a fastball over the middle of the plate for DeYoung. 0-1. Conforto, 0-1 pitch. That's a fastball slapped to the second baseman, who throws it to Nagowski for the out. Playing in the that was Frazier in the middle of the outfield there, but he gets the third out, and that is no runs, no hits, no errors for the Mets. End of 3, and it is 5-0 Pirates.
So, we have still 2 games going on right now. The Phillies took a lead on a JT Realmuto single. They're now up 2-1 over the Red Sox in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Nick Pivetta might have exited the game as he tried to cover first base and hurt himself. The Baltimore Orioles up 2-0 over the White Sox in the bottom of the 3rd still. No outs there in the 3rd. So Cincinnati, Milwaukee upcoming, and so are the Yankees in Houston. But for this one, it's the 4th inning here in Queens, and we have a 5-0 Mets lead right now, Derek.
Joe, I know that's just to get in about your Phillies, but these are Mets fans here. They don't much care about what the Phillies are doing.
But if the Mets would win today and the Phillies lose and they gain another game, Mets fans will care about that. They will have something. Derek, do we have people in the chat?
I don't think we need an update every inning about what the Phillies are doing.
All right, I apologize for that. No more Philly scores till at least the 7th inning. So here's the top of the 4th, and due up for the Pirates is their 3-hole hitter, number 10, Brian Reynolds, the center fielder. He struck out his first time up. Derek did a phenomenal job as the play-by-play for the first 3 innings. I'm going to do the next 4, and then Derek's going to finish us up. Derek, you got to wonder. I was actually wondering this a little bit ago. Do you think these teams today in all baseball are just kind of not going through the motions, but maybe there's a little more hustle in between innings? Maybe they're just, knowing there's a break now, knowing that the people that didn't make the All-Star game, they're going home to their family. You don't have to get ready for even just a day off tomorrow. You have the whole week until Friday, unless you're the Yankees or Red Sox. They play Thursday night, but
Yeah, I guess that's natural, right?
Play a long season
after a little break, but
yeah. I know my dad was trying to find us, Derek, on YouTube. He's trying to find our controller for the Netflix. Trying to join us. All right, there's the first pitch from Eichhoff to Reynolds, and it's a ball. Looked to be a curve. Here's the 1-0. And that one swung on and missed. A foul tip, actually. 1 ball, 1 strike to the center fielder, Brian Reynolds, for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Mets 2 home runs. One a 2-run shot from Francisco Lindor. The other one a 3-run bomb from Michael Conforto. And both those guys will be pivotal down the proverbial second half of the season. That ball way outside, 91-mile-an-hour fastball.
So Brian Reynolds is one of the few bright spots here for this Pittsburgh Pirates team. Only 26 years old. He really broke out in 2019.
2-1 pitch swung on to right field, and it's going to be way foul, though.
2019, he had just under 600 plate appearances. He had 16 home runs and 68 RBIs, 314 average. Really got it going. And then in the shortened 2020 season, he actually struggled. He only hit 189, but he's back to his all-star-like form in 2021.
Eichhoff takes the sign, the quick delivery, 2-2 pitch, and it's ball 3. Way good job by McKinnon. Well, nobody's on base, but still a nice block. 3-2 to Reynolds. Waiting on deck for the Pirates is their cleanup hitter, and that's Nagalski, the first baseman. Reynolds steps back in. He's the left-handed batter. And the count is 3-2. Here's Eichhoff's pitch, and it is swung on and hit down the first base line and a foul ball. Good effort by Alonso, but it was foul by quite a bit. Eichhoff came in following Aaron Loop, who made his first start today. Career, I'm almost positive, his first start. And he didn't do bad, Derek. He didn't give any runs. He gave up I think it was a hit or two, maybe. There's the pitch from Eichhoff. It's hit on the center field over the jumping Francisco Lindor. Nimmo gets it in, and Reynolds has a leadoff single here in the 4th inning.
We can now be certain, Joe, that was the first career start for Aaron Luke.
Okay,
I looked it up for you.
I was just like, it drive me crazy. Okay. Nice job by Reynolds there, getting the bat head out and just. Alonso's very friendly on first base there. He's jovial. He likes to talk to people. Okay, Reynolds off first, and here is Nagalski. He's got some pop. Eichhoff's first pitch to him is swung on and hit right to Eichhoff. It's a 1 and it's 6-3, I'm going to say. Did Lindor cover the bag there?
No,
that was McNeil. Yeah. 1-4-3. 1-4-3 double play. Very, very nicely done by the Mets.
I believe that's the exact spot that Nagalski hit it last time. Didn't he hit it right under Loop's legs? Only this time it was
a single. Yeah.
It was a little different this time. He got a double play out of it rather than.
Eichhoff can field his position. That's one thing he can do. Nagalski not really running up the line, but that's for debate. All right, so 2 outs. Eichhoff's delivery is a strike right there to Ben Gamble. And we talked about him very briefly, Derek, former Mariner, former Brewer, Yankee, well-traveled veteran. Swung on and missed at that. Look at a slider. 0-2 to the outfielder Gamble, playing left field today.
Yeah, he's a decent hitter, not much of a power. He's got some speed, a good fielder. He's a good 4th outfielder. He's not much of a not much than that. Yeah, you know what you're getting out of him. He's pretty much going to be a 260 hitter, 10 to 15 home runs or so in a season.
29-year-old, and that's way inside. That almost hit him, actually. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gamble. Eichhoff he can battle control. He has a tough time with his command. That's one of the things that's made him bounce around in the minor leagues a lot. 2 ball, and then he got hurt last year. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eichhoff sets, and the 2-2 pitch is a ball bouncing up there, 3-2.
Joe, I'll say, and knowing that he played for the New York Yankees and seeing his long hair and beard, I almost wonder what he looked like when he played for the New York Yankees.
You know, I've thought about that with many guys. Like Charlie Blackmon's a guy I've thought about that way. Yeah. He'd be another one to see, right?
Wouldn't even recognize him, probably.
You probably wouldn't recognize him. Well, Garrett Cole, even the long hair, now he's got short hair. Swung on and, fouled it off. Good job by Gamble to stay alive. Gamble trying to stay alive for Wilmer Defoe. And I forgot to say this earlier, but Wilmer Defoe is a guy that played with the Nationals a bunch of years ago. He's a pretty good middle infielder, but now he's playing right field.
Utility type, right?
Yeah, plays a little bit everywhere. 3-2 pitch to Mike Koff. It is swung on down the left field line, and that's way out of play. Gamble with a good at bat here, Derek.
I'll tell you, Eichhoff hasn't looked too bad, Joe. I don't know.
No, he hasn't. He really hasn't. And not surprised because anybody that leaves Philadelphia gets better as they leave. So call them sour grapes, but it does happen to the Phillies fans. Here's Eichhoff's 3-2 pitch. Hit to center field. Nimmo looks like he has it, and he does. And he throws the ball to the fans. So that's the top half of the fourth inning, and we move on to the bottom half. There was no runs. There was one hit, and there was no errors. Mets up in the bottom of the fourth. It's New York 5 and Pittsburgh 0.
So that's how about Joe? This will be a little tease, a little preview for our next show.
Future,
which will be for those that don't know, it'll be no one's going to know. You're not a part of our time figuring it out, but we're going to be doing a little mid-season MLB, give out some awards, trade deadline. What are people going to be doing? Specific teams during the trade deadline. If we think about these two teams specifically, Joe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments if you have any about your specific team, whether it's the Pirates or the Mets. Let's keep it to the Pirates and Mets. When we think Pirates, you mentioned there have been people interested in Frazier, probably 29 years old. It's potential that he's not a part of the future for this team. He may be someone who goes outside of that. I mean, I guess you look at, I think we could both agree they're definitely sellers. They're not going to be buying anything. Maybe Tyler Anderson. He's pitched pretty well so far for Pittsburgh. 4.35 ERA, not too bad. 97 innings. He can eat up some innings. So maybe he's someone you might see going for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Any sort of pitchers there that people might grab? I'm not so sure. There's not a lot of young guys there. Maybe a Chad Krul you might see going, not too sure. But for the Mets, what do we think for the Mets, Joe? Really?
I mean, they're buying.
Right. Probably starting pitching is where you say they're going to be going.
I keep an eye on Jose Barrios from the Twins. That's a big name out there. Herman Marquez from the Rockies is another stabilizing guy. Luis Castillo, but you're going to have to give something up for him because he's young, from the Reds. Here's it's Jonathan Villar leading off for the Mets. 1-0 now as DeYoung, as he's gotten behind a lot of hitters today. He's got behind Villar now 1-0. Yeah, the Mets also probably look for third base. I think Villar's done a good job, but they could get a really good third baseman. Watch out for the Cubs. They have players, Baez, Bryant. There's many players for the Cubs that really could fit. So Kimbrel's a big name. With the Mets, they really need more infield help, and that's why Frazier's on the radar, I think.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how they go because it's almost like they're getting trade deadline deals by getting all these guys coming back. All the hitters are finally healthy. JD Davis will be coming back. You got Carrasco coming back.
Yeah, that's true. It never hurts to get more pitching. It just depends on what you're spending in your prospect capital.
Right.
1-2 now to VR. So DeYoung's come back. DeYoung's at he was at around 60, I want to say. He's 64. Yep. So 1-2 now. Over the head with the windup. The 1-2 pitch is way outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But yeah, Derek, that's gonna be a fun show coming up. I'm looking forward to it. With 2 special guests that aren't special anymore.
Nah, I don't know who we have to declare a special guest anymore because they're they're on enough to not be so special. But you guys are special.
To
But
us, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, so that's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, this is you don't want to say it's the Mets are going to have to hit Eichhoff, I'm assuming, but before that's McCann. So you don't want to walk VR here. He's also a pretty decent runner. 3-2 pitch to Jonathan VR. On the right field, and it's carrying well, but into the glove of Wilmer Defoe as he kind of hesitated.
That seemed to be going a little further than it actually went there, Joe. I thought that was I thought that was gone.
I did too. I didn't think it was
the curse of only looking at a screen, not being there in real life. Right?
Yes, I know. I haven't had a chance to go to Citi Field.
You haven't been to Citi Field?
No, I haven't been to Citi Field.
I was at Citi Field once. I think we were down the right field line there. Nice stadium. Nice stadium.
I always wanted to go to Shea too, but I never got there. Here's McCann, and in the offseason, Derek, I even said it on our show. I think he was going to be a good prize, but he has struggled offensively. 250 is not bad for a catcher.
Yeah.
The RBIs could be, I think, even a little better. He's playing on a really good team, the first place team. Here's the pitch to it's fouled back by the dugout. 0-1 to McCann.
We'll ask you guys on the podcast. Let us know what's your favorite stadium that you've been to in the major leagues. I know there's a lot that I still have to get. I've been to Fenway. I've really only been on the East Coast. So we live in Pennsylvania. So really been on the East Coast.
That's inside. So 1-1.
So I've been to Washington. I've been to Philadelphia. I've been to Baltimore. I really like Baltimore.
I love Camden Yards.
I really like Camden Yards.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Fenway and not Shea Stadium, Citi Field.
I've never been to Fenway. That's another one I want to go to. Well, that's inside. Look like there's a curve there.
But there's a lot I still got to get to.
Yeah.
Of course, you got to go to Wrigley. You got to go to Dodger Stadium.
I've been to Dodger Stadium because we have relatives in California, so I got out there. But yeah, I still need to do. I haven't been to Washington. That's an easy one to get to.
Yeah, that's
it's okay.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
They can remodel it, I think, a little more.
Well, I think it's a newer stadium actually.
Oh,
it just
me too.
There was really nothing special about it, I guess. I went back there when I went there to see the Mariners. For those that don't know, I'm a Seattle Mariners fan. Back when Jesus Montero was playing and coming up, and Jesus Montero and Dustin Ackley were on the team.
Yeah.
Both turned out to be busts under the Jack Sorensic regime. But
2-2 pitch. That's way outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I've been a little pleasantly surprised by Michael Perez today, the 28-year-old catcher, 5'10", 195, from the Puerto Rico. Actually, he looks pretty good back there. He looks like because I think Stallings is the regular catcher, Derek.
Correct. Yes, he's the backup catcher. I know. Yeah.
3-2 to McCann. He's running another 3-2 count and fouled it back. So staying strong is James McCann. And on deck, we think is Eichhoff. I would be shocked if it's not. Unless they want to empty the bench today. But more importantly, you don't want to kill your arms either.
James Stevens says, I believe, LGM, I believe that's Let's Go Mets. So thanks, James, for following us. We appreciate it. We hope you're enjoying the game with us.
The 3-2 pitch to McCann is hit on. He's not happy. Hit on behind second base in the right field, and Defoe makes the catch. So that will be the second out of the top half of the 4th inning here. Bottom half of the 4th inning, sorry.
And Charles Gano says Connie Mack Stadium.
Oh, that's the former Philly Stadium. Okay, Charlie, Mr. G. Here's Jared Eichhoff hitting a robust 130. He's got 7 RBIs. But that's in his career at 82 games. So,
is that even? Oh, wait, what? Why?
Why did they do
I believe the question was as the first pitch to Eichhoff.
Yeah. Oh, popped them up, and that's getting out of play.
I believe the question is which stadium current.
He goes Connie Mack.
Yeah, that closed was demolished in '76. So I'm not so yeah.
2 home runs for
used to,
Charlie's team today, though. He's got to be pleased right now. I saw his Mets shirt on Twitter or Facebook. I mean, here's the ball, 1-1. Derek, Tyler Glasnow, Garrett Cole, former Pirates pitchers, and they couldn't keep him. They traded him away. 1-1 now. It's to DeYoung, and this is hit on to DeYoung. Eichhoff will be thrown out, and we will now wrap up the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We move to the top half of the 5th inning at Citi Field in New York. It's the Mets 5 and the Pirates 0.
Well, let me tell you, Joe, I feel like Chase DeYoung is probably going to go 5 innings. It's almost like it's in his blood here.
I want to see Richard Rodriguez because that's another name that's been out there in trade rumors.
That's true. Yes, Richard Rodriguez is probably a guy you might see gone. He's currently a closer for the Pirates. Let's see. But yeah, as far as names, I can't pull them off the top of my head that the Mets should probably go for. But I would say some back-end starters. You never have too much pitching. That's for sure. My dad.
Live. YouTube. Yeah, definitely. No shortage of pitching is good.
So looking at the standings in the division for each of these teams, of course, in the NL Central, the Pirates are 19 games back right now. They're 33-56. 4th and 5th place. In 4th place is the St. Louis Cardinals. They're 44-46, 8.5 back. Cubs also 44-46, 8.5 back. The Reds are actually playing pretty well, 47-42, only 5 back. And then the Brewers are pulling away with it a little bit, 53-38. Is there either any of those teams, Joe, that you see maybe moving from the position they're in? Brewers 1st, Reds 2nd, Cubs 3rd, Cardinals 4th.
Cubs are staying where they are, or they're moving back. I guess the Brewers, and they could make a move at the deadline or before it.
I mean, they're already 1st. They can't really go anywhere else, right?
Well, I mean, staying there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Reds could come up. I mean, it depends what they do, too. They might. There's Jacob deGrom's numbers. Oh, my Lord.
I think the Cardinals are an interesting team. Obviously, they brought in Arenado, so they thought that was maybe one of the final pieces to really get them to be a top-notch NL team, and that really hasn't been the case. They haven't gotten a lot of pitching.
Yeah, they might need a pitcher
out there. But do they go for it, or
I don't know what they're going to do, because the Cardinals do stuff that you don't think they're going to do. And somebody said
because it's tough to go for the wild card right now with the Padres and the Dodgers they're both almost going to come out of the West,
and the Giants are going to win the West, and I'm going to eat my words.
Well, and they almost need to win the division, so I'd be interested to see what the Cardinals do. I'd have to imagine they make some sort of bump in there. But
here's Wilmer Defoe leading off things here in the top of the 5th for the Pirates, playing right field today. Derek, he singled his first time up. And here's Jared Eichhoff taking his sign, and the delivery is a ball high outside. So 1-0 to Defoe. Yeah, the Central is interesting, though, Derek. You're right about that. We can discuss that in between the inning, too. 1-0 from Eichhoff is fouled back, 1 ball and 1 strike. I think that the Central is basically, the Cardinals and Brewers. The Reds are there, but I don't know if the Reds have enough pitching, and now I'm hearing Sonny Gray might go. So you don't want to trade.
And he's been off and on injured this entire season.
Defoe to second. McNeil up with it and throws him out, and that's 1 quick out in the top half of the 5th inning here.
Now, I know the the Brewers have they've been probably definitely the most consistent so far this season. But it all starts with the rotation, right? They have Corbin Burns there and Woodruff there, and they're both
Peralta
amazing.
Too, okay.
Even Peralta's been pitching well too. Yes, agreed. So
here's Castro, the third baseman. We're hoping to see Brian Hayes, but he's got the day off today.
Yeah.
That was low, 1 ball and no strikes to Rodolfo Castro. Trying to get things going. Michael Perez, the catcher, on deck. Eichhoff takes his sign from McCann, the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Eichhoff's all speed stuff, Derek, is working.
Yeah.
Keeping him off balance.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Here's the 1-1. Eichhoff has a weird way of standing on the mound. His 1 foot is directly to the plate. His other foot is slanted, kind of. 1-1 pitch. And that's low. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Rodolfo Castro, the Pirates' third baseman this afternoon. Pittsburgh trying to get a split in the series.
Ooh.
Oh, that was crushed on the right field line, but definitely foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Because, the Mets, this game means a lot more for the Mets because they're on top of the East. Phillies in second. The Braves behind them, and then Washington, Miami. But the Pirates just want to get a 15th win. They only got 14 of them. So, I mean, you got to.
On the road, you mean?
Is it on the road?
Yeah, they're 33 and 56.
Wins,
yeah,
sorry.
They had 15 wins. They would be out of baseball probably.
Do they have the worst? Do they have the worst record overall? I want to say the Tigers are bad.
No, they're actually doing pretty decent. The Tigers, the Diamondbacks are 26 and 65. They are horrid on the road. If you didn't know that, and Baltimore Orioles are 29 and 60. I think those are the only two teams with worse records than the Pirates.
So the Pirates, yeah. And they'll pick for any fans out there that want to watch the MLB draft tonight. I'll be tuning in. I love to watch it. And the Pirates will have probably a pretty decent pick. Pretty sure they're up there in the top 10, I think. 2-2 pitch to Rodolfo Castro from Jared Eichhoff. He takes the sign and the delivery. Man, is he peppering the right field line? I mean, that ball is crushed foul again. Eichhoff needs to stay away from the inside of the plate because I think Castro's looking to pull the ball down the line here. 2-2 now. Eichhoff, this will be his 39th pitch of the afternoon. He came on after Aaron Loop had left. Mets 5, Pirates nothing. Pitch, and that's way outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Castro.
You said a pretty good pick, Joe. They have number 1. The Pirates. The Pirates have the first
they're
pick.
number 1. I said
so I think that they'll get the pick of whoever they would like. I think it's safe to say. So
it might be Jack Leiter, or my brother actually told me Kumar Rocker from Vanderbilt too. The real good.
I think he's supposed to be more towards the top 10.
Yeah.
Well,
Leiter's
I know Leiter is up there, right?
I don't know if I'm the Pirates. I feel like an outfielder might be in the taking. There's a kid going to Penn State that they say could be taken away from James Franklin very easily, a wide receiver that's a 2-way player or 2-sport athlete. Here's the 3-2. Castro is really battling up there, trying to get on base.
For those Pirate fans looking to know, according to MLB.com, so top 3 players right now, according to their prospect rankings, they have Marcelo Mayer. He's a shortstop out of Eastlake, California. Ooh, that one was crushed, Joe.
Deep right center field. The ball is gone. Solo home run, Rodolfo Castro, and the Pirates are on the board.
His second hit of the year, Joe, in his career. Second home run.
There it is.
Looks like he's only shooting for the fences, but 407 feet there for Castro. That was a liner.
That's the Jared Eichhoff I remember, Derek. That's the Jared Eichhoff I remember.
So 2 other guys, as I was saying, that the Pirates maybe look for. Jack Leiter, as Joe mentioned, Vanderbilt, right-handed pitcher, 21 years old. First guy, Mayer, was 18. And then Jordan Lawler is a shortstop out of Jesuit Prep, Texas, 18 years old. So
That ball's outside to Michael Perez, the catcher.
So I don't know, Joe. I feel like they should probably go more for Jack Leiter.
Yeah.
Obviously, Cabrian Hayes was their number one prospect for a long time.
2-0 to Perez. That ball is low. Yeah, that's true. Leiter, listen, it's Al Leiter's son, and his nephew. So it would be Jack's cousin, Mark Leiter Jr. was in the Phillies organization. He was doing good, I guess. I forget where he's at now, but 2-1. That's a strike.
Well, that's not the reason why I'm taking him. It's more because I think they have a couple of young guys coming up in the farm system that are hitters. I know Quinn Priester is actually their second.
The name sounds familiar.
Second player in the ranks in the organization right now for Pittsburgh.
Okay.
He's currently in High A Greensboro. I know Nick Gonzalez. He's a shortstop.
We talked about him on our show.
He's in High A. Yeah. For those that missed the NL Central preview in the beginning.
That.
Yep. In the beginning of the season.
3-1 pitch, swung on to hit to left center field. That ball carrying well to the wall.
Oh,
it's off the top of the wall. And Perez is going to be in at least for it's a home run.
They're calling it a home run.
Wow, Perez just went yard. Nimmo shakes his head yes. It must have hit the orange line. Is that what we're saying, Derek?
Over the orange line, I would think.
Back-to-back homers by two young players, Rodolfo Castro and Michael Perez. And Met fans start to worry because this game's getting a little interesting here.
And
ball is crushed.
Yeah, that definitely hit over the line there. So
off his glove though.
Nimmo didn't really seem to question it. He shook his head in agreement that that was a home run that hit over the wall. So wow, two unexpected players to hit home runs there.
I never saw him play in my life. Rodolfo Castro and Michael Perez. I put it in the book as a home run, but that's close. I don't know.
No, it's over the line. I guess the question is whether or not it hit his glove or not. It didn't look like it hit his glove.
Yeah, so it's just hard to tell again.
I think that's definitely a home run.
Do you pitch it to Young here, or do you let him swing the bat?
Well, I guess if there's nobody on base, right? So
yeah, you turn over the lineup here.
I'd say if you want to throw him another inning, let him hit, which they are.
Standing in the lefty, and he swung.
Oh, wow, what a hack.
It's that to left field. There's a couple guys in it. The shortstop was left field. Oh, Smith calls off Lindor, and they hug, so everything's fine. So that's F7 on that one, Derek. In your books, in our hearts, that's 2 outs. And here comes Adam Frazier.
That's pretty interesting because usually the shortstop is the one that calls people off.
Yeah,
but
Smith, and then Lindor just ducks. He's just like, I'm going to get out of the way. And
I was saying earlier, Smith is probably more of a first baseman, right? He's getting used. I think he's playing a little better, the corner outfield position, but he's really a first baseman. But they want to get his bat in there.
Yep, he's got a good bat.
So, and he can't be first base. That's where Pete Alonso's playing.
Right. And Frazier down the left field line, and that's going to be in for a hit. So Adam Frazier slaps the ball the other way. And a good hit. And again, the Mets are seeing him up close and personal as him and Alonso will exchange pleasantries. 2 singles for Frazier this afternoon, Derek.
Yeah, definitely putting on a show for those that are potentially going after him.
Yeah.
Again, Pirates fans, say if I'm wrong, but we believe he's probably someone who's going to be probably going to be gone.
Warming up in the bullpen is Jurius Familia, who I have also seen a lot of this.
Jerry's.
Oh, Jerry's. Sorry, Mets fans. Jurius Familia. I golf a little mound meeting.
As pitching coach, hold on, I don't remember off the top of my head. Pitching coach Jeremy Hefner was out there. Right. He's been there for 2 years now under Luis Rojas, who's in his second season. 73-73 he is as manager.
Well, the Pirates pick up 2 solo home runs from Castro and Perez, and now they have Frazier on first with a single, and here's Kevin Newman grounded out to second and third. And here's Eichhoff from the stretch. The pitch. It's a bunt, and that's a really nice bunt. Eichhoff, nice play, but he's not going to be there.
Can't do much with that.
Oh, boy, the Pirates are threatening.
Fantastic bunt there by Newman. I mean, you're really doing it like, 2 outs, though. You're not doing it to sacrifice. He must have saw something. They were playing back.
Yeah,
and
I think VR wasn't even playing anywhere near.
Look how far back he is. Yeah.
Oh, boy. The Mets are having a struggling 5th inning. And here comes Reynolds, Derek. And Reynolds today struck out and
here comes Rojas.
Yep. So that's it for Mr. Eichhoff. Well, gave him a couple, but not enough. Jared looks a little disappointed. And here comes the big right-hander. So that's it for Jared Eichhoff. Try to give him a couple innings.
So that'll leave Jared Eichhoff's line at 2 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, no strikeouts, no walks, 2 home runs given up in 50 pitches. So that'll bump his ERA up to a 4.97. I mean, did he give you what you wanted? Probably not.
Probably not.
I mean,
2 2/3. He gave the 2 home runs, so
yeah,
that's not what you wanted. And now you leave with 2 guys on base and a pretty good Brian Reynolds.
Right, and of course, first and second are his responsibility, so he could end up giving up 4 runs earned.
And the Mets bullpen isn't lockdown. It's good, but it's not lockdown, right? And then Loop.
Yeah, I mean, so right now the bullpen in ERA they're 13th in the league out of 30, so it's right in the middle.
Yeah. Trevor May's a good right-hander. He has a 3 ERA.
Well, you couple guys you probably won't see today. Trevor May would probably be one of them. He threw 30 pitches yesterday. Lugo might be up in the air. He threw 22 yesterday. Might not see him. Drew Smith threw 19. Might not see him. Castro has had a couple of days off. You'll probably see Miguel Castro today. Obviously, Loop we already saw. Familia only threw 2 pitches yesterday, so that was it. And maybe Yency Diaz, maybe you see him.
Oh yeah.
But Jerry Familia coming in. What you'll see from him, 31 years old, is Jerry's Familia. I feel like he's been in the league
a long time.
Quite a long time. Service time 8 years. Yep, that'll do it. So from Familia, so far this season, he's got a 3.24 ERA. He's 4-1. Pitches you'll see from Familia. He throws a sinker 58.3% of the time, a slider 26.4%, a 4-seam fastball 11.5, which is 97 miles an hour, and a split finger he'll throw in there once in a blue moon, 3.8.
27 games, a 3.24 ERA, a save, 29 strikeouts. He faces Brian Reynolds, probably one of the top hitters on the Pirates, and he faced him with 2 guys on base. So big spot pitch, way outside, 1-0, and that's not something you want to see. Rojas is probably sitting there like, oh boy, we need to throw strikes. This is not what you want to do right now. Yeah, Reynolds has single today. But you're talking about a guy hitting 305. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze about, 16 home runs.
Oh, yeah, no, he's definitely one of the, if not the best player on the team right now. So,
and probably will be traded because
I don't think so.
It's up for debate too with how they go, but
I think he's young enough to stay on this team. I don't see why they would get rid of Reynolds.
The only thing I'm thinking is with the injury to Acuna, I wonder if the Braves maybe come calling and offer some big-time prospects.
I don't know. We'll talk about it tomorrow, Joe, but I don't think the Braves go all in. I don't see the point. I don't think that they've been playing well to begin with. So
true. 1-1. 1-1 from Familia. Frazier at second. And that is low, and it's getting away from McCann and Frazier to third. They move up. Frazier to third. Newman to second, and Reynolds with a ball, so it's 2 balls and 1 strike, the count. Oh, man, Mets fans have got to be frustrated right now with the way this is going because it was going real good for them early. 2-1 count. Familia now in a big spot here in the 5th inning. Big, tall right-hander, as we said. He's that guy that you just don't probably want to face because he's just kind of intimidating. He's been a major leaguer for a while now. There's a 2-1 from Familia. A little high, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. And if I'm Brian Reynolds right now, I'm swinging. Unless it's a total ball, anything close, I'm hacking at. And Familia, the fastball sinker, is it fastball slider? He's definitely.
Do you listen when I talk, Joe? Sinker, slider, 4-seam fastball splitter is what he throws.
I'm spacing out today. 3-1. Hit the center field. Nimmo in. Oh, nice play. He looked like he didn't have it the whole way, but he made up for it with his speed. And you know what? That was a nice catch. So that's a 3rd out. Good job by Familia. A lot's happened this inning, though. The Pirates pick up 2 runs on 2 solo home runs, Castro and Perez. They leave 2 on base, though. And as we go to the bottom of the 5th, it's the Mets 5 and the Pirates 2.
So we talked about what the standings look like for the Central. Let's take a look at the NL East here. Marlins rounding up 5th place after making the playoffs last year. 10 games back of the Mets. They are 38-50. The Washington Nationals have actually lost 3 in a row and or 2-8 in their last 10. So they were up there in 2nd place, I think. So they're kind of struggling. 42-46, 6 games back. The Phillies are 43-44, 4.5 back in 3rd place. And then the Braves, as we have mentioned, with Ronald Acuna out now for the season, they are 44-44, 4 games back of the Mets, who are 47-39. The Mets. You have to wonder. It's really up in the air, actually, probably with all 4 of them. What do all 4 of them do? The Marlins, Nationals, Phillies, Braves, do any of them decide to go for it, make some trades, try to make a run at the division? Do some of them go for it? Some of them don't. It'll be interesting to see which ones go which direction.
Also, for Major League Baseball, just saw here on Twitter, MLB reportedly hoping to return to 9-inning doubleheaders in 2022.
Yes.
So, yes, because I hate the 7-inning doubleheaders.
Yeah, I wasn't sure why they decided to go with that again.
It's not a game. Like in the 4th inning, you gotta bring in a closer and earlier than you want probably sometimes,
Yeah. And then I guess you wonder about
after our chat with Nick.
You're a host of the show too. You can ask him too.
Chat, what do you think about the 9-inning doubleheaders as opposed to 7-inning doubleheaders? I know, but you're good at that. You always talk to the chat.
You wonder if that'll change the runner on second base as well in extra innings.
Don't
stuff
love
like
that either.
Yeah.
Here's Nimmo now on traditional, Derek. That's a fastball for a strike. And Derek, he finally threw a fastball that was a strike because he hasn't done that much today. He's thrown now 78 pitches. This could be it maybe he goes one more. I don't think he's going to go too much longer.
He'll probably hit his 5 innings.
He's settled in. Derek has predicted that a couple times now. Ball's hit on to – that's in a tough spot. Oh, nice play by Gamble. Nice play by Ben Gamble as he came all the way in. And that's 1 down. So Lindor back up from the 2 spot. And DeYoung has definitely settled down, and getting those 2 runs has to help him. Lindor is 1 for 1, a 2-run home run. His 11th. Derek was commenting earlier about it, hitting missed, only having 10. Now he has 11. So good job by Frankie there. Such a likable player, even though not a Mets fan myself. I still like Francisco Lindor. His class act, always has the right thing to say. That's a strike, 0-1. Yeah, after the one game, he was commenting about how he was worried about the Nationals' families after the COVID outbreak. I was like, that was just really genuine of him. Like,
Yeah.
Terry Francona spoke very highly about him. Swing and a miss, 0-2, and DeYoung just seems to be dialed in now. I don't think Lindor's a fastball in the next couple pitches, though. I think you got to go breaking stuff and throw some garbage up there to him. The Mets have on their sleeve Tom Seaver's patch, number 41. They sport that on their white uniforms. Here's the 0-2. And it's down low for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to arguably the top 3-4 shortstop in the game right now. I mean, you got.
Well, that's something we talked about, Joe.
You got Trevor Story. I know he's really good.
Yeah, if you want to see our top 5 lists of shortstops as well as.
Well, that's hit well to right, and it's a line drive single at least. Devo made a nice play in it. Lindor will stay at first. Nice job by Francisco as he gets another hit.
Yeah, so what was it? A couple months now, we ran through the our top 5 current players at each position. We did pitcher, starting pitcher, relief pitcher, catcher, all around the infield and outfield. So if you're interested in those videos, feel free to jump back on the channel. Let us know your thoughts, and feel free to comment or send us an email, timeoutderekandjoe@gmail.com.
All right, here's Dominic Smith now with Lindor off first. I don't think he's going to steal, but I guess he could. And that's inside. I can see a hit and run here.
Yeah.
Because we got bullpen activity. It's number 62 for the Pirates.
Austin Davis.
Yeah.
Yep. He just came up from AAA earlier in the week.
1-0 now from DeYoung to Smith is way outside. Another fastball missing. 2 balls and no strike. It's amazing how many fastballs he's thrown out of the zone today. I mean, you're right. The Mets would be just sitting on. So yeah, that actually looks frustrated.
That would be an interesting number to see.
Oh my gosh. Now at number 86 coming here. Smith lays back with a bat on his shoulders.
Now, do you look off speed here?
I would say. I can't believe it's not a fastball. It wasn't.
Well, missed again.
Yeah, it was like a 2-seamer, I feel like.
Well, yeah.
Or a cutter, maybe because it was in.
Yeah, I don't think he throws a cutter,
no.
but
I didn't listen to the opening of the pitch.
But yeah, he
whatever it was, it went in and
down. Well, yeah, he
down.
probably just lost it. It might have been a 2-seamer, I'm not sure.
3-0 pitch now from Dominic Smith.
Just throw it over the plate. Oh,
he does. He fouls it.
Swinging 3-0.
Yeah, he's got the green light.
You kind of see that more nowadays, don't you? That
I was screaming they
have the green light pretty much everywhere.
I mean, and here it is. Overall fastball usage, and he's got to be up in there in the higher 60s, I'm assuming. But
those are over a bunch of years. So you're seeing a lot of pitchers throw more junk, more and more junk lately.
Yeah, absolutely. Except for Jacob deGrom hitting 100.
Now, is that because of guys like Chase DeYoung who struggles to throw their fastball over the plate, so they throw their junk stuff over the plate? Interesting.
This could be a hit and run count right here. I feel like this is perfect because he throws the ball, he's got second anyway. But if he hits it, he can get third. So this is an important bat here for DeYoung because you already got bullpen activity. Here's a 3-1 pitch and a big one. Oh, that's fouled off. So Smith knows he missed that one, and he didn't look very happy with himself now. 3-2. Alonso McNeil, so it's right left. I kind of feel like they're going to want him to face at least Alonso, and maybe they have the lefty up for McNeil. Oh, yeah, Kid Fordo.
That'll probably be the case.
But the Pirates thinking here is get him out, and you got Alonso, and you might be the guy of the inning. Here's a 3-2 pitch to Dominic Smith. Been a good at bat. And he chased ball 4, Derek. It's hit well to left, though, but it's going to stay in the park. Gamble's there. And a big out.
You said he likes those fastballs, right? So he saw that fastball. He's like, let me go for it. But
probably ball 4.
Yeah,
it was
definitely. Higher. Yeah, definitely ball 4.
Yeah, Smith not happy. Takes the helmet out a little bit of a front. Definitely not happy with himself right now. Head down in the dugout. Not even looking at anybody. Just head down. Here's Alonso. And he's having a tough day. He's 0 for 2. Going to Colorado to represent the Mets in the All-Star game. Lindor looks like he wants to run, but now with 2 outs, I'm not so sure.
No.
Right?
Now with your cleanup hitter up, you can't do that.
So it will be DeYoung's. Oh, a fastball for a strike. Fastball for a strike is not what we've been seeing today from him. Here's the 0-1. Now I'm thinking maybe off speed here. Go away from Alonso a little bit. Derek, no matter what, it's his last batter, whether he sees the bench watching another pitcher out there.
I would probably think so, yes.
Yeah.
Can he get the 5 innings?
That was your
Guess what? He's got 8 starts so far this year, 5 of which are exactly 5 innings. 1 is 4 2/3, 1 is 4 1/3, and 1 was 4. So
he's right there.
Right between 4 and 5 is and you wonder maybe that's what we're seeing. Maybe this is normal for him to miss his spots a lot, miss his strikes. He built up his pitch count.
Oh, did he go? That was a close. He did go. Yeah. Wow. Bat went right through the zone, 0-2. And man, oh man, after the inning the Pirates had, you'd hope for the Mets' sake that they would get a run here, and it's not looking very good. 0-2 to Alonso. Lindor off first. That helmet is full of pine tar. Very focused and looking at the pitcher. 0-2 pitch is down for a ball. Good job by Alonso to not even bite for it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I feel like you don't have to throw him a fastball unless it's a 3-2 count. I feel like you just got to mess around here with some change-up, curve. Even if you don't have a slider, throw a slurve. Here's that ball almost got away from the Gasky, so that would have been bad for the Pirates. Lindor is so focused in on what the pitcher is doing. Off first, Francisco. And Alonso. 1-2. Fouled it back. Fouled it back. I don't even see Lindor in the shot. I don't even see him going to second base. So
I don't think he's running. Yeah, I don't.
But even on the foul ball, you think he'd be with contact, but I guess he just knew it was foul.
You can't. Yeah, you can't run with your 4-hitter up.
No,
especially with 2 outs. I don't see any benefit to that.
You got to hope for the Mets.
Not until it goes 3-2, of course.
Yeah, you got to hope that the Mets just get a hit here with Alonso and carry on and McNeil. And that swung on and fouled back. And you can see DeYoung, Derek, a little bit, get a little frustrated there. That was at 94 miles an hour. Got that up pretty high.
We've seen him tick up. I think 95 is the highest we've seen from DeYoung today. But
he's not a big guy for people that are just listening. He's not a big guy. He's not a big guy at all. I have it here. He is 6'4", 6'4", 205. He's not small.
That's pretty big. Yeah,
he's not small. He doesn't look that big on a mound though. 6-4 pitch. Oh, got to left. And nice play by Newman. Gamble came in. Newman went out. Newman called him off. It goes 5-6, the 3rd out, and they get a hit. No runs, no errors, no one guy left on. We are now moving into the top of the 6th.
Yes.
And it's 5-2 New York.
So for the we almost had to say that we picked the wrong game there, Joe. But
Yeah, this has been entertaining.
Well, no, that not because of that. Because
Oh.
of the Blue Jays and Tampa Bay Rays had a no-hitter after 6 1/3 innings. Robbie Ray had 6 1/3. He went and then he gave up a hit to Yandy Diaz, I believe. But a great performance so far by Robbie Ray. He has 11 strikeouts in Toronto. They're up over Tampa Bay 3-0. Couple other games here. Baltimore leading the White Sox 2-1 in the top of the 6th. Miami over Atlanta 6-2, bottom of the 5th. The Phillies 5-2 over Boston in the bottom of the 5th. Cincinnati 1-0, top of the 3rd over Milwaukee. Minnesota 0-0 with Detroit in the bottom of the 3rd. Yankees up 1-0 so far, top of the 3rd over the Astros, and Oakland 2-0 over Texas in Texas in the bottom of the 2nd so far. We've had 2 postponed games already today. The Royals in Cleveland is postponed, and the Cardinals at the Cubs also postponed. So there must be some rains there in the Midwest, Cleveland and Chicago. So far today. And it looks like Familia no? Is that Familia? Yeah, it looks like Familia might still be out there, Joe.
Yeah, and leading off the top of the 6th for the Pittsburgh Pirates is the first baseman, John Nogowski. Nogowski, pretty big guy. Stands in there, and it is Familia Derek. Pirates have 8 hits, but they only have 2 runs. They got to change that a little bit, get some guys in position there, and that's a strike. Look, something on speed, Derek. But Familia is known for his hard stuff. He's definitely a very good veteran guy to have. Been a Met for a while. 0-1, and it's just missing. And the appeal goes down to the 1st, and it was a ball. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As a check swing, he didn't go. So Nogowski singled his first time, and last time he actually grounded out to the pitcher. I think it was Lykoff. 1-1. Familia, he's going to take time, Nogowski.
He's kind of a lifer, Joe. In the minor leagues, he's barely. This is it. This is all he's had in the majors was 27 games.
Where did he come from?
But he's played for Oakland, St. Louis, as well as Pittsburgh. There's another one right over the middle of the.
Yeah, he loves the middle of the field. Oh, did Alonso get the bag? Good play by McNeil. If Alonso held the bag, he's out.
Nogowski has hit the ball to the same spot 3 times in a row. 2 times he's been out. 1 time was a single. I'd be interested to see those back-to-back 3 in a row there.
About by Alonso.
Yeah,
what
great
a play. McNeil with backhand and just fires. McNeil did a good job right where he had it, and yeah, just a good play by Jeff McNeil. Here's Ben Gamble now, Derek, the veteran, flew out first time and actually flew out both times, 1 to left, 1 to center. If he flies out to right, I'm going to say that he's hit everywhere in the outfield. But here's Gamble now trying to start things up for the Pirates here in the top 6. Ball low, 1-0. Familia probably goes this inning, and then I think we'll see somebody else in the 7th.
Yeah, Mike.
Sure.
I would probably say Castro is who you're going to see. He hasn't been in for a couple days. I'm sure he'll get some innings.
1-0, and that is a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Pirates left fielder Ben Gamble. Familia now, this is only his 7th pitch, so he's, he doesn't throw a lot though, as he's a back end guy. Today they need him a little earlier. No, did Gamble go? Nope. Appeal down the 3rd, says no, 2-1.
Couple guys that are missing for the Pirates. Gregory Polanco, of course, he's had notorious injury history, strained hip. Should be back after the All-Star break. They just put him on the IL just to give him another spot, I think.
2-1. And it's fouled down the first baseline. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gamble.
Colin Moran, who is the starting first baseman now that
The lefty.
Cabrian Hayes came up. But a great defensive player in himself is Colin Moran. Fractured wrist, to be determined right now as far as how long he's out. He has had decreased soreness, I guess, but still could be a while for him.
Swung on to left center field, and it is coming in. Nimmo over Smith, but Nimmo called him off, and he makes the catch. So that's the second out of the inning.
2 other guys I have here. Phillip Evans, utility infielder for the Pirates, I think. 7-day concussion protocol right now. Should be back after the All-Star break. And Steven Brault, left-handed starting pitcher, had a strained lat. Hasn't seen any innings this year, but late July, early August, he should be back.
Here's Wilmer Defoe, who singled and bounced out to second. Defoe steps in, and it's a ball inside, 1-0. Castro on deck, Derek. You got to think that you really want to have Defoe get out here to end the inning because you don't want to see Castro the guy on after he hit the home run last time. 1-0 from Familia as he delivers way outside. 2 balls and no strikes. This is the book of Familia. He can be really good, but when he is really wild, he's not wild in the zone, and that ball wasn't even close. Defoe only has 7 RBIs in the year. To a pitch from Familia as he sets. McCann is set up too. Here's a 2-0 pitch. And it's fouled back. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Wilmer Defoe. Wilmer Defoe, remember him as a middle infielder. Like I was saying before, he played for the Nationals for those teams. Pretty good guy, good utility guy. He can definitely play the outfield, as we know. Here's a 2-1 from Familia. That ball's low. 3-1. 3-1 to the Pirates right fielder. Defoe is a switch hitter, 29 years of age, from the Dominican Republic, and stands about 5'11", even 200 actually. Crouches down the plate, so he doesn't really give you that. Oh, nice job. Nice walk. That's an interesting at bat right there. So he walks as it brings up Castro. If I'm Hefner, Derek, from the Mets, I would go out and talk to Familia here because this is a dangerous at bat coming up right now.
Yeah.
Castro fouled off a lot of balls before he hit the home run.
Yeah, and especially knowing that the only 2 hits he's ever recorded are home runs. So,
yeah.
Probably should let him know what pitches to not throw here, but
or location even try to make sure you're not
right
getting in his wheelhouse, as they say. Here's Familia from the stretch. That ball is on the outside corner. Castro didn't seem to like it. 0-1 to Rodolfo Castro. Not a big home run hitter. Most he's ever had in a season was 14. I'll tell you, for the single A Pirates. With his hands, he looks very like he turned on the ball well down the right field line twice. I remember last time, and see, he's quick. He's quick to the ball. 0-2 though. So there it is. Well, there's the one the other night. That was a shot. He's loving it too. And this must be from earlier today, the replay, and it was crushed to right center field. He has a little flair to him. He's
22 years old.
Yeah, he's a young guy, young buck.
Born in 1999, Joe.
Wow. Makes you feel old, Derek. Born in 1999. I was a sophomore at Notre Dame. That ball is hit to the left center field gap. Oh, Nimmo he did it again. He did it again. Wow. 2-run home run. Rodolfo Castro. And Familia looks shocked. And Castro is hopping around the bases. Mets fans, it might be time to worry a little bit because the Pirates are starting to catch some fire, and Castro is a part of it.
I don't know. I imagine the Mets are probably going to find it before I will, the SNY broadcast, but how many people's first 3 hits were home runs?
That's amazing.
That has to be a pretty exclusive list, I would say. But
he hit this ball very similar to Perez's home run because remember how Nimmo went up to the wall? Look at that. He just really, man, head down, and wow, they might have found a little bit of a power threat, even like you said. Look at him. He's all kinds of fired up going around the bases. 22 years old. Doing it in the big city. 0-1 to Perez, who's also a home run and lined out to short. We got ourselves a ball game, Derek. Here's the 0-1 from Familia to Perez. He fouls it off. It looked like his ankle, yeah. 0-2 to Michael Perez. If he reaches base, it's going to be a pinch hitter for DeYoung. I'm almost positive. Derek, maybe we'll see Brian Hayes. I've been hoping.
Maybe eventually here. I mean, because he's especially known for his glove too, so he may get in there.
Although Castro's playing third right now, so I don't know if you take him out. I would think it'd be a pinch hit.
Well, I think he can move somewhere else. But.
Oh, okay. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Michael Perez, who again hit the home run earlier, his 6th of the year. Jacob Stallings is usually the starter, but getting the day off. 1-2 to Perez is down low, 2-2.
So there's a little,
got excitement today.
Excitement in the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's not completely.
They're playing for some pride. Oh,
dead franchise.
Oh, it's Tucker. The pinch hitter looks to be Cole Tucker.
Yes,
the young kid. 2-2. No, they're not totally dead. I would say that they were.
No, there's definitely some talent here.
Oh, that's rocked down the right field line.
I have to say, for the first time watching them in probably years.
Yeah, they got some juice.
There's definitely some stuff to look forward to here.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't know if Castro will ever be a main part, but
we're seeing it though. 3 home runs in 3 nights,
maybe if Frazier gets traded, maybe he becomes the full-time second baseman. Who knows?
Opportunities, Derek. It's all about opportunities.
Yeah,
that ball's way outside. Familia's losing it, Derek. He's starting to lose it a little bit. 3-2 now.
Yeah, they're not really showing us the bullpen. I'm not 100% sure if anyone's getting going. But
I mean, the chat want to tell us if they can see a ball.
They're watching what we're watching, so I don't.
Probably not. Or they're not watching, they're listening, and they really don't know what's happening.
Right. They lean on us.
Yeah, oh, man, that's scary. 3-2, and that is swung on and fouled off.
Yeah.
Well, it's very interesting because this game has become very
there he is. There's
Drew
Smith. He did throw 19 pitches yesterday, so
he kind of reminds you of old school Jacob DeGrom with the hair. Interesting. Or Tim Lincecum back in the Giant days. All right, 3-2 from Familia. He needs to get this out. Perez is in. 3-2 pitch. Pop to
big
fly ball to left, and Smith should have this one. The Pirates inch even closer, Derek. And it's a 2-run home run this time. I'm going to call him Mr. Rodolfo Castro. And 2 runs. They get 1 hit, and then no errors and nobody left on base. We now move to the bottom of the 6th. And it is 5-4 Mets.
So that's probably all you'll see out of Familia.
He kind of struggled a little bit.
I'll give his definite line towards the end. I'm sure that's the it for Chase DeYoung, so I'll read his line. That'll be 5 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 2 home runs in 95 pitches today. He is still lined up for the loss. Jerry's Familia is technically in line, correct, for the win because Loop went 2, Eichhoff 2 2/3, and Familia finished the 5th inning. So
right now he's in line for the win.
Well, we're going to the bottom of the 6th in New York, and it's 5-4.
So we appreciate everyone who is watching. All those on YouTube, all those through Twitter, through Facebook. Click on our channel and you can see us everywhere. All of our links to go to our Facebook group, to go to our Twitter page if you're watching on Twitter or on YouTube. So we appreciate you watching. Feel free to comment anything. I see Tom Azalina says that if they're any good, Pittsburgh will trade them away for sure. Which, yeah, that's kind of what you've been portraying, Joe. And
that's what we were saying.
Yeah, unfortunate. So looking at the Pirates here, World Series titles. So the last time they won was 79. Last time they won an NL pennant was 1979. Last time they won a division title was 92. So Austin Davis will be coming in to pitch for the Pirates. He's a left-hander. You'll see a four-seam fastball out of him 52.8% of the time, 93 miles an hour, changeup 15.7, a curve 18.9, and a slider 12.6. He's really, truly the long reliever. So now that the game's 5-4, I'm kind of interested why they brought in Austin Davis. But
yeah, is he do you know how old he is? I didn't even have him on the roster.
28. He's 28 years old. Yeah, they just brought him up. I think it was 3 days ago.
I feel like he pitched with the Phillies. All right, that's the first pitch to McNeil, and it's fouled back. This will be my last inning of play-by-play. Derek is going to come back in for the 7th, then the 8th, and the 9th.
Your intuitions were right, Joe. He did pitch
this is like the third former Philly today, Derek.
For the Phillies.
Awesome.
He was with them all throughout their farm system.
Yeah.
And barely played with the.
Yeah, he got cups of coffee, as they say.
Yeah, 34 innings and 20 innings.
1-1 from Davis. Yeah, former Phil. Him, Loop, and Eichhoff. It's like Back to the Future for me today. All right, McNeil 1-1. The Mets need a run or two. They definitely need some more than they have, and that ball is swung on and missed. Yeah, Davis got it up at 93. He does have some power behind his fastball.
That's kind of deceptive, 93.
Yeah.
It looks a lot faster, but
he hides the ball well. That's one thing he does do well, is hide the ball. Definitely has grown up as it. Oh, boy, that didn't look
missed
good.
That one.
That didn't look good. Yeah, and these Mets guys might know him a little bit. I'm not sure the at-bats they have, but they
hit by pitch.
Hit by pitch, yeah, I guess so. McNeil was not happy about that. That stings, though. Here's Conforto.
Davis lost that one inside and got hit McNeil right in the wrist there, and that did not feel good.
I lost the call, too, because I was trying to figure out if it hit him on the wrist, but it hit the bat too, but it hit the wrist first. Now they hit the bat first, and we have a foul ball, but we don't have a foul ball. All right. McNeil looks to be okay. He's at first base. Here's Conforto. Davis with the pitch. And that's true. I think he is hard to pick up. You see Conforto, he didn't even know to swing. He was kind of in between whether to swing.
Yeah.
0-1 now to Michael Conforto.
Ground out to second base last time up for Conforto after that bomb 3-1 homer in the first inning.
Looks at pitch or strike number 2. Yeah, Davis comes off a little bit to the side. He's not a sidearm thrower, but he does have a deception to him, like Derek was saying. He also comes around his body. That's low 1 and 2. I always thought it was interesting how pitchers have all different kind of windups. They all deliver the ball in such a way that could be deceiving. McNeil off first. Conforto waits. Davis sets 1-2 pitch and way outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And for the Pirates, you got to just keep it here because, you just battle back.
Absolutely.
You just battle back. And VR, McCann, and then a pinch hitter will be for the Mets now. You're in the home 6th. Thanks again for joining us on Facebook Live, YouTube. Thanks for the people in the chat. We've enjoyed doing the game once again. I always tell Derek, always enjoy doing the broadcast with him. Here's a 2-2 pitch from Austin Davis, and it is strike 3. Not even a question. I don't know what Conforto was looking for, Derek. That looked like it was a good pitch.
Yeah, it was a good pitch inside corner there, but unfortunately, must not have been looking for a fastball there because he was not ready for it. It did come across the plate. It looked like he was aiming for or looking for an outside pitch, but came inside. Still a strike though.
Here's Jonathan VR. We saw him hit lefty because he's a switch hitter. That he hit, he grounded out to first, and then he flew out to right last time up. Facing Davis. Here's Davis's first pitch to him, and it's way high inside. 1-0. VR, then McCann, and then if we have another hitter for the 9th spot, could be the pinch hitter. Caddy's joined us.
VR, definitely someone who was around the block, Joe.
Yeah, Toronto, Miami. There are 2 teams I definitely know.
Houston, Milwaukee,
another former Philly guy.
Baltimore. He's been around.
Hit out to left field, and Gamble's got it. So that is the second out of the inning. And it brings James McCann to the plate, and he's going to try to get on base and keep this inning alive.
I don't think it matters. I'm sure even if Familia doesn't have to hit, I'm sure that he'll be out of the game. He did throw a bunch of pitches in those 1 and 3rd innings.
Well, they got Kevin Pillar is healthy, I think. Albert Almora, they have a couple good bench guys.
Yeah, Almora's not there right now, but Pilar, and then if they want a lefty, Guillorme is on the bench as well.
Thomas
Nido, catcher, Peraza.
Yeah, Jose Peraza, yep. Strike 1 of McCann, though. Austin Davis is really finding the strike zone now.
There's Miguel Castro warming up, as we kind of figured. He hasn't pitched for a couple days. From Baltimore, free agent that they picked up this offseason.
Tall, lanky right-hander.
Or they traded for, excuse me, last year.
Oh, man, McCann just waved at that one. 0-2, and I think Davis is seeing the light here at the end of the 6th inning because he's firing strikes. So that's high for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to McCann. McCann steps back in. Davis now the 1-2 pitch, and he is taking a sign in the delivery. Oh, nice pitch by Austin Davis. McCann's caught looking. The Mets get 1 on. They leave him there. It was McNeil. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. And we move Derek as you take back play-by-play in the top of the 7th. It's the Mets 5 and the Pirates 4.
So if Castro does come in, I've been told there's a reason why he hasn't been pitching a lot recently. He's been struggling pretty badly. Over the last month, he's thrown 8 2/3 innings, has an 8.31 ERA. Last 2 weeks, he has a 22 ERA. So I'm sure Mets fans are a little scared seeing Castro potentially come in. But
yeah, I bet.
Yes, headed to the top of the 7th inning. 5-4 Mets. Very close game. Joe was reading up on the franchise history of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Okay.
We know they used to be called the Alleghenies.
I didn't know that.
I guess.
I didn't know that.
Right across from the Allegheny River.
That's
course.
news to me, Derek. I learned something today.
But they were, I read this a few days ago, they didn't really have much of a name. They were just from Allegheny. But then I believe a league, the Players League, yes, the Players League closed or ended or something. But during their season, the Pittsburgh team, Allegheny team, was pirating players to come play for them. So they ended up getting known and taking on that name of the Pirates.
How about that?
So
I didn't know that. Do that. Yep, we're just waiting for the game to come back. Top of the 7th. Oh, yep, it's going to be Tucker, they're saying. And there'll be a pinch hitter for the Pirates. Thank you.
So I believe that to be end of the line for Familia. Still in line for the win, though, believe it or not. 1 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 earned, and 1 walk. Miguel Castro coming in, 34 games so far this season, a 4.01 ERA, though we mentioned he's extremely struggling recently. 33 2/3 innings, 38 strikeouts. Pinch hitter coming in was outfielder Cole Tucker, and that is in for a strike, 97 miles an hour. Luis Guillorme is taking over at third base for Jonathan Villar. So Miguel Castro, as the second pitch is fouled off, 98 miles an hour straight back. From Miguel Castro, you'll see a sinker, 98 miles an hour, 43.4% of the time, a slider, 33.5%, and a change, 23% of the time. So only 3 pitches is Miguel Castro. The 0-2 outside, that was most likely a change. He does throw a 91 mile an hour changeup. So you're wondering what's going on as Chris Stratton looks to be coming in next inning for the Pirates. The 1-2 from Castro, that looked like another good changeup. Pulled the string on that one for a swinging strikeout for the Cole Tucker, the pinch hitter.
Yeah, Castro
for 1
throws
out.
hard. He throws hard, and he kind of goes 3/4.
Yeah.
He's not a lot to him, though. He's real tall, real lanky.
And, I mean, you wonder he must just not hit his spot sometimes. Maybe his fastball is a little too straight, doesn't have a lot of movement, but
I can see that.
That'll bring up the leading hit. Oh, and that's right up the middle
Almost hit Castro.
Adam Frazier for a single. Another one straight right at Castro. That was a fastball.
These young Pirates hitters, him and you said that Galski's not really young, but a couple of these guys, Reynolds, going up the middle, just going right up the middle, right up.
That's what you're supposed to do, right? When you're the coach is throwing to you, you're supposed to hit him right back at that L screen, right? And that seems to be what they're doing. Great hit, almost knocked his head off there. It did against Castro, right up the middle. So that'll put Adam Frazier on first base, and Kevin Newman will be up as the third hitter in the inning with 1 out. There's his sinker over the middle of the plate for a strike. Kevin Newman, 1 for 3 today with a single in the 5th inning. Grounded out his other 2 times up. Infield straight up, not playing any direction, maybe double play depth a little bit to try to end the inning. The 1-0 to Newman, that's outside. Fastball.
With a guy like Castro, I think his fastball is hittable. You just got to
sinker.
You got to time it. And but I'll tell you, Newman and then Reynolds. This is a tough part of the order.
Yep. This is the beef. So if Pittsburgh were to make some moves, this would probably be the time. 1-1 to Newman. That's over the middle. Chopped. Castro has it. Back to second. Gets the out. Didn't make good enough a throw to have Lindor have the turn, but that is a 1-6 put out for Castro. Hey, he fielded his position. He got the out. Didn't make an amazing throw, but so many pitchers you see are not able to make a lot of those throws.
Absolutely.
So at least he did get the out, and he did get the lead runner. So that'll put Newman on first base, and Brian Reynolds will come up. 1 for 3 today with a single in the fourth, fly out in the fifth to center field. 2 outs, runner on first, and Castro's 9th pitch of the inning. That's a fastball to the middle plate, hit straight to center field, and Nimmo is there. It's right at him for the 3rd out. That'll be 1 hit, 1 runner left on, no runs, no errors for the Pirates. That is the end of 6.5. Mm-hmm. And that is a 5-4 game. Mets lead. So that'll probably be Luis Guillorme will be who leads off.
Oh yeah, because he's in for oh, you think he's in that spot?
Well, he's
because we are hit 7th.
Yeah, well,
that'll be the pitcher spot, right?
Yeah, that would be the pitcher spot. VR.
Okay.
So Guillorme will probably be up since it was Familia's spot.
Guillorme.
So we'll have Guillorme, Nimmo, and Lindor to start us off here. That's through 6.5. So we appreciate anyone sticking with us for the Pirates and Mets game here on the 11th of July. Let us know in the comments, and we'll talk about it in the next break. We do want to talk about. We've done this for the other games as we were doing them. We'll start off with the Mets. When you think New York Mets, give us the first player that comes to mind. When you think New York Mets, I'm sure there's a lot that could come to your head, but when you think of Mets and, either Shea or Citi Field or what was before that?
I don't know.
The Polo Grounds?
Oh, Polo Grounds.
Wherever. Let us know. One Met. Who comes to mind? And then we'll talk about it in the next half inning about what ours are. But that will probably bring us up with, who do we see out there? Chris Stratton, I believe. So we'll wait and see just to double check. That's who comes out. But that was who was warming up. Austin Davis will probably sit down. So Chris Stratton will be the pitcher. He throws a 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour, 48.2% of the time, a curve, 24.8, slider, 14.8, and a change, 12.1. Stratton has thrown in 35 games. He has a 2.96 ERA, 45 2/3 innings, 39 hits, and 17 strikeouts. Righties hit 188 against him. Lucky for Guillorme, he's a lefty.
Yeah.
They hit 292 against Chris Stratton. So Stratton will try to keep this a 1-run game for his Pittsburgh teammates.
Man, did the Mets really cash in 4 hits, 5 runs. Pittsburgh got 10 hits, but only 4 runs.
Then you wonder where the Mets go after this, especially with Castro struggling. Do you take him out after the one inning just to build up his confidence a little bit, or maybe not try to risk him throwing the second inning?
Isn't Lugo usually their setup man?
Lugo is. Maybe Drew Smith will get in there. You saw him warming up earlier, so only got 2 innings to go, hopefully. Luis Guillorme hitting 272 this year, and he'll be the first pitcher up against Stratton. That's a ball for a misses high. 1-0 pitch to Guillorme.
He's played a lot this year, Derek Guillorme. Ooh.
Misses high, ball 2.
A lot of third base.
Yeah,
because Davis being out.
Right.
And VR, though, came on, and they wanted VR at second, but McNeil came back, and they put him at second.
Yeah, he has 99 plate appearances this year, so he's gotten some time, that's for sure. 2-0 pitch, fouled back, fastball, 94. So
good thing about VR, he plays second. VR plays third, and he can play center, but now with
shortstop, first base, he can play everything, yeah. Guillorme might be, once JD Davis comes up, he may be someone you see bump down, or maybe they go one less outfielder. I'm not sure.
Sure.
Peraza could play the outfield too. I know. 2-1 to Guillorme. That's a curveball, misses high. Never got on top of that one.
Yeah, Stratton struggling a little early here. 3-1 count.
Don't like to walk the first hitter, so.
Definitely not really good. Definitely not very. Yeah, you don't want to get the first guy on base.
The 3-1 also is high, fastball misses. Guillorme is on first with a walk to start it. Not good for Stratton, so he's got to really go after it. Now especially being the 9 hitter, now you got to attack the number 1 hitter. Brandon Nimmo. He is 1 for 3 today.
Nimmo to follow his Lindor.
First pitch to Nimmo's low, fastball, misses. Catcher Perez kind of walks out a little bit, gives him some extra time to regain himself because he's thrown a couple balls, or 4 out of 5 balls here so far. 5 out of 6 balls, excuse me.
Do you try a bunt here, maybe?
No, I don't think with him struggling to throw strikes.
Well, yeah, that's true.
The 1-0, that one just misses outside. 2-0 for Stratton. Nimmo probably taking here, especially missing all these pitches in a row. Probably don't want to give him a strike if you don't have to. That being said, this will probably be a fastball right down the middle of the plate. But
it should be, actually. You got to figure you got to get a strike.
2-0. Then there it is. There's fastball right down the middle for a strike. A tick or 2 lower, 92. Just trying to get it there.
He might have got a take sign there, you know?
I would say, yeah.
Because he didn't look like he moved the bat.
Well, like I said, he hasn't. He threw 7 out of 8 balls, so I wouldn't have be swinging at that.
Yeah, I agree.
The 2-1 from Stratton. That is a curve, and it's
nice play.
Great play by Castro, and that is doubled up. That was a line drive right to Castro at third base, and it didn't seem like Guillorme thought that was going to be caught, so he got caught in no man's land, and that is a double play.
Wow.
As
nice play.
Castro throws it back to first base off the back leg, too. And a nice scoop there. Great play all around by Pittsburgh there. Nagowski with the great pick. And bails out Stratton, who likes that. That's for sure. I would, too, only throwing 3 strikes out of 9 pitches. So now he's got nobody on and 2 outs for the number 2 hitter, Francisco Lindor.
He was homered today.
2 for 2 today.
Yep. And he's walked. He's been on base each time.
Oh and 0-1 here to Francisco Lindor. He is 2 for 2 today, 2 RBIs, a walk. Bumps that average up to 225. Curveball, that's right over the middle of the plate, and he crushes it into right field for his third hit of the day, did Francisco Lindor. That is 3 for 3.
Derek, that's where he hit the other single down the right field line. Because I remember saying he wasn't going to go for 2. Oh, man. Lindor's getting hot, Derek. Too bad it's the All-Star break.
Not what you like to see as non-Mets fans, but of course Mets fans like to see that going.
Yes.
That will bring up Dominic Smith. 0 for 2 today with a walk. 253 on the season. Then he scored back in the first inning on the 3-run homer by Conforto. Runner on first, 2 outs for Stratton. The first pitch, right fastball down the middle of the plate. And that is a high pop up to left center, and they almost collide there, but Reynolds calls off Gamble for the final out. That'll be one hit, one walk, 1 left on, no runs for the Mets. End of 7, 5-4. Mets still lead. Well, Joe, let's see if we got some answers here. And what comes to mind when you think of the New York Mets? Some players that come to mind. We have a couple Tom Seavers on there, as kind of was expected. How about Choo-Choo Coleman?
What?
Choo-Choo Coleman, catcher, 1962 for the Mets, former Philly in 1961.
Who said that? Is that Charlie?
He's not a well-known Met for you? No?
No, I never heard of Choo-Choo.
Okay. Well, what comes to mind when you think of? What do you think?
I think of Dwight Gooden, the really good pitcher back then. I think of Gerald Strawberry for more reasons than one. And I think of a guy like David Cone, who was a really good pitcher for New York, both the Yankees and Mets. And one other guy, I just used to like him, outfielder Kevin McReynolds. I used to like Kevin McReynolds. He was a good player in the 90s. So,
I would say Tom Seaver's probably the number one. That's kind of without obvious reasons.
We never saw him, though.
But we never saw him,
right.
No.
Piazza, too.
I mentioned before Dwight Gooden comes to mind. Obviously, a guy of my age, you think of David Wright.
Yeah.
Someone there in New York for his whole career. Mike Piazza, that's someone else that I think of.
Definitely.
When I think New York Mets, but I'm sure people would think of some older guys maybe too. But those are the immediate ones.
Oh no, they had another, the outfielder, but it wasn't. I'm thinking of the Cardinals have Vince Coleman, but it wasn't.
Castro stays in the game, and first pitch is a strike.
Mookie Wilson's another guy.
Interesting decision, keeping him in there. Hopefully, if you're a Mets fan, you want to see him have another quick inning so he can get back on track. That's a fastball inside to Nagowski.
There's a ball.
2-0. 2-0.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought that
strike
first one was a
too,
strike as Edwin Diaz starts to warm up.
Garrett, former closer in Seattle.
Yep. 2-0, swinging strike inside, 98 miles an hour. 2-1 for Castro. Yeah, that is interesting. You would think maybe get him back on track a little bit here.
Yeah.
He had a very quick 1-2-3. Maybe just build that confidence. But there's a chopper to third base. Guillorme gets it and throws him out for the 5-3 to first base. Jammed him inside there, did Castro. So that'll bring up Ben Gamble. He is 0 for 3 so far today. 2 flyouts, both to center field, and a liner to left field. He's hitting .233. this year. Miguel Castro sets and delivers. Outside changeup misses. 0-1. 1-0, excuse me. Might say 92 miles an hour changeup. Nope, that's what he throws. 1-0. Another change. Pulls the pin. Swings through it, does Gamble. 1-1. Maybe tries to sneak some fastballs by there. That one misses outside. 2-1 on Gamble. Trying to get something going here for Pittsburgh. They need one more run. They had a nice, valiant comeback here after going down 5-0 in the first inning. They've slowly chipped away, but not quite there yet. Need another run. The 2-1 from Castro. Another one misses outside. Probably a slider there. 3-1.
Defoe's on deck, and he's a guy that has had a decent game, single, run score with a walk. So he's on.
The 3-1, that one also
Good bat.
misses, and that'll put on Gamble. One man on and one out for Wilmer Defoe. He had a single in the first inning, and here comes pitching coach Jeremy Hefner to talk to Castro. You have to imagine the leash is not too long for Castro, I'm sure.
And I think that
probably if another guy gets on, they may move on here.
I'm thinking if they have a lefty down there, I know we saw Smith. I know we talked about maybe Lugo, both righties.
They use their one lefty, and that was Aaron Loop.
Well, Castro's up next, so he's already shown he can hit the ball to the ballpark twice. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see what the Mets do here.
Castro is a switch hitter regardless, so.
Oh, he's a switch hitter. We've only seen him.
But he's been pretty hot left-handed.
We've only seen him from the left side, too, because he didn't see Loop, I don't think. Unless he grounded out the face Loop.
First pitch, inside, just misses. May have hit the right or the inside corner there to Defoe, but they're not going to give it to him. It went across the plate.
And Defoe's a guy that has patience. He's a veteran guy. He's not a young player.
Right.
So, he could work a walk here and really be problems with Castro.
1-0. That one's over inside corner, called strike. Yeah, Defoe, 29 years old. He's been around the block. He's solid utility infielder, outfielder. A little bit of speed.
Nice player to have.
If he wasn't hitting, 1-1 pitch. That one slapped.
Oh,
no shortstop there because they were playing him to pull. Smith cuts it off, but Gamble's going to go first to third on that nice slap by Defoe, where there was an open shortstop position because Lindor was playing behind second base.
And
great hitting by Defoe.
Here comes Castro. We saw Brad Miller do it at Wrigley. Can he do it again? If he does it.
Well, did it, and I don't think they would stay with Castro here, especially knowing his blow-up potential over the past few weeks here. I'd be interested to see if he stays in. Obviously, Rodolfo Castro with 2 home runs today.
He is staying in. But I don't know
Diaz
if a 4-out save. Because he's also all the
5-out save, that would be.
Well, there's 1 out, yeah.
Last time Diaz pitched,
they're doing it.
Looks like they are bringing in Diaz.
They're doing it. Oh boy.
Last time Diaz pitched, he had a save yesterday. He threw 10 pitches. So I mean, nothing crazy. And then he had off on the 9th and the 8th. So he has plenty in him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Edwin Diaz, only 2 pitches. That is a 4-seam fastball that he throws 99 miles an hour, throws that 62% of the time. And the slider is 91 miles an hour. He throws that 35.8% of the time. Obviously, Diaz blew himself up.
I've seen it firsthand.
He was an amazing pitcher, all-star
Yeah.
pitcher for the Mariners. Traded in the Robinson Cano deal
What a deal.
to the Mariners, or with the Mariners to the Mets. Kind of had a down season when he first came over there. I believe that is in 2019. Yeah. 2019, he had a 5.59 ERA, so he really struggled. But last year, right back on track was Diaz, a 1.75 ERA in 25 innings in the shortened season last year. So far this year, he has a 2.86, so a little worse, but still pretty decent ERA for a closer, 2.86 ERA. In 34 and 2/3 innings. He's been in 34 games. He's 3-2, 19 saves this year. He's going to come in for the 5-out save. So, again, we appreciate everyone watching, following us, and watching today. The Pittsburgh Pirates and the New York Mets on the 17th of July. There is Edwin Diaz. 19 out of 20 save opportunities.
Did you just say the 17th?
The 11th of July?
Oh,
I don't know.
I was like, wait a minute.
They know what I meant. I've said it several times.
Did you just move the days on that? No, you said the 11th most of the day.
So there is Rodolfo Castro, who is
here we go.
swinging a very hot bat right now. 2 home runs.
See ya.
The only 3 hits that he has in the major leagues are all 3 home runs. I'm not sure when that was, if that was yesterday or the day before.
Here's today
that he had the first home run, but he has 3 so far. He's moved his batting average up to 250 now, so he is pumped. So
yes.
First and third, 1 out.
But
Top of the 8th. Kevin Pillar has now come in at in left field.
Derek, if you're Castro here, you get a ball to the outfield, it's probably a run. Got Gamble on third, you get a sac fly. I mean,
well, that's probably part of the reason why Pillar just came in too. So that's a fastball 97 upstairs, 1-0.
Way away. If Charlie's with us at all, maybe tell us how he's feeling right now. The Mets are.
Gamble is at third.
Yep.
And Defoe is sitting at first after that slap to the left side. The 1-0 again. Fastball upstairs, misses. 2-0.
So Diaz comes out, and all he's doing is first 2 pitches are upstairs.
Exactly what he's not supposed to do.
Exactly. Oh, man. Perez waits on deck. He's hit a home run today. The Pirates guys that we don't know much about are coming through in the big city.
All we know about him now.
Yeah, we do.
The 2-0, and that fastball misses outside.
God, what is going
3-0 from Diaz.
Well, I'm giving him the take sign, Derek. I'm not letting
No, not especially coming out.
Oh, so you can
3
do
straight
say ground
balls.
ball, right? Ground ball to second base and not beat it out.
Yep, and then there it goes.
He hasn't been close on any of these pitches, fans.
The 3-0, that one's a little bit high, but he called strike, 3-1, 3-1.
You're right. It was kind of a letters pitch, right? It wasn't like right down the middle.
Towards the belt, yeah. Probably was. 3-1. Haven't seen a slider yet from Diaz. That'll be another fastball inside probably. Nope, he called it off. He wants a slider. Here it comes.
Oh,
and that one is fouled straight back by Castro, 3-2.
Derek,
interesting there. He shook off
the
catcher. He wanted to throw a slider there.
Derek, is Frazier the lone Pittsburgh All-Star, do we know? Adam Frazier?
You could probably look that up.
I know. I was just wondering.
5-4. Third and first, 3-2. Top of the 8th, 1 out. Rodolfo Castro comes in after 3-2 or 3-0, 2 straight strikes. Diaz trying to get him here.
It is. He's starting second base.
And that one misses. The slider inside, misses inside at his feet. That'll put him on, and that'll get the bases loaded.
For Michael Perez, who's hit a home run today.
Well, Perez hits 142. So
yeah, you wonder if you don't pinch hit Stallings here, but I guess they just want to give him the
yeah.
Just let him go.
142. He does have 6 homers, 13 RBIs, home run in the 5th inning.
Love to see a suicide squeeze, but I don't think it's going to happen with Gamble, right?
Catcher, yeah, and Gamble's not that fast. So
no, Perez is though, but he's not a third. That's the thing.
So the first pitch on the bases loaded from Diaz, fastball, and it's hit down the right field line, foul. 0-1.
Derek, in between innings, I can go over the All-Stars if you want me to.
Starters.
It's up to you. Yeah, that's fine.
So here we are. Diaz on Perez. The 0-1 from Diaz. And that's a nice slider. Gets in there 90 miles an hour, 0-2.
Right? That's his pitch, the slider.
Well, he goes more with the fastball, but he only has 2 pitches. So, yeah, wait a little bit out ahead of that one. He might have been expecting the fastball.
It's amazing, though. He throws 4 balls in a row, and now he's thrown 2 straight.
0-2. That one misses. Slider misses.
He's the pitcher of inconsistency.
1-2. That looks like Brian Hayes is getting ready to pinch hit for the pitcher position. So that'll mean that Stratton will be out of the game, I'm sure. And he'll probably come in to play some third base, maybe move Castro over somewhere.
Yet to be seen.
The 1-2, that's a fastball pulled down the right field line. Foul again.
I'm impressed with Perez and Castro, even Defoe. You know, some of these guys.
It's a decent team here, Joe. I mean, you see the what is it, 33 and 56 record. You're like, man, this team is crap. But there's definitely some talent here. As Chad Kuhl, the starter, and David Bednar are both warming up in the bullpen. The 1-2 from Diaz, that's a fastball, and that's fouled down the left field line.
I thought he missed it, Derek.
Nice at bat here, regardless, for Michael Perez. He's hanging in there. Couple foul balls in a row.
He doesn't remind me of a catcher. He can run. We saw him hit that double. Where he got, I'm pretty sure he hit a double earlier. Or maybe when he hit the home run, he ran fast. I don't know, but he looks like he's got speed for a catcher.
The 1-2 from Diaz, slider in the dirt. Tried to get him to hack at a bad pitch there, but Perez didn't go for it.
These Pirate hitters are also patient. Like, that's a good pitch to lay off right there. Like, you're not doing anything with that ball. Except for walking back to the dugout.
Big pitch right here, 2-2, 1 out, bases loaded to Michael Perez. What pitch comes here from Diaz?
Slider.
The 2-2.
Thinking slider.
That is a slider. Oh, called third strike. That was probably off of the plate. At least looking at the little tracker they have there that looked to be off the plate, but there was a called third strike regardless against Perez. That's a big call, Joe.
That's a big call. It is outside.
Yeah, that is outside.
Man, by a lot.
And not a very good call there. Maybe he got thrown off by the spin.
Oh, my God.
I don't know.
And McCann even moved it over. It still wasn't a strike.
Pretty bad call there.
Bad call.
But regardless, that is a strikeout. For Edwin Diaz, and the bases loaded still now 2 outs for the young Brian Hayes. Number 13 will be pinch hitting for the pitcher position.
When her dad's watching, his father, the major leaguer, the third baseman, Charlie. This kid's supposed to be the real deal, Derek.
Hitting 264 this year, 4 home runs, 18 RBIs. Very young, very good defensive fielder. That's a ball inside, 2-0 now. Supposedly will be a consistent Gold Glove candidate. His bat will need to catch up a little bit, but he's been pretty good. The number 1 prospect for the Pirates in a big spot against one of best closers in the game. That's a
Ooh,
fastball high. Probably might not have been a strike.
Yeah, it rose up.
But Hayes went for it, swung through a 2-1.
Diaz put himself in this trouble with the walk, and now he's trying to fight out of it. 2 balls and 1 strike, right?
Pitch from Diaz. That's a fastball outside corner there. Strike 2, 2-2, and the Mets fans are getting up on their feet. They are ready for a strikeout from Diaz. That one might have ticked the corner there. That was another close one. But the fans are ready for another strikeout. 2 outs. Bases loaded to Brian Hayes. Pitch from Diaz, and that's swung through. Strike 3, 99 miles an hour for a fastball. Strikeout for Edwin Diaz against the rookie Brian Hayes. And that will leave them loaded.
Jesus.
And Diaz gets out of it, going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Now that's a big couple at bats there, Joe.
Yeah, it was.
That is still 5-4 New York Mets.
So we have the National League starters for the All-Star game. I'm going to run them down for you. First baseman from the Atlanta Braves is Freddie Freeman. Second baseman from the Pittsburgh Pirates is Adam Frazier. Shortstop from the San Diego Padres is Fernando Tatis Jr. Third baseman from the St. Louis Cardinals is Nolan Arenado. What an infield. Catcher, Buster Posey, who will not be playing. So I think JT Realmuto is going to be starting. Ronald Acuna Jr. was supposed to play, but tore his ACL. He will not be playing.
Right.
Nick Castellanos will be starting, and Jesse Winker, also of the Reds, will be starting. So Realmuto, I'm going to say will start, or Molina. In the outfield, any one of Betts, Reynolds, or Schwarber. I say Betts or Soto. Betts or Soto will probably start. Then the American League, it's Guerrero Jr. from the Blue Jays. Simeon at second from the Blue Jays. Shortstop, Xander Bogaerts from the Red Sox. Third baseman, Rafael Devers from the Red Sox. Catcher, Salvador Perez from the Royals. Outfield, Mike Trout will not be there. Aaron Judge, outfielder from the Yankees. Outfielder, Teoscar Hernandez from the Blue Jays. And DH, pitcher, Shohei Ohtani from the Angels. So for Trout, I would venture a guess it's either going to be, well, that's tough. You got Cedric Mullins, Adalius Garcia, Joey Gallo, and then Brantley's not going to be there. So, and then a lot of the pitchers.
All deserved.
Yeah. It's going to be a good game, I think. I think we're going to have some good tonight. MLB draft fans tomorrow. Home Run Derby, 8:00, 7:30, whatever time the ESPN has it on. And Tuesday night from Coors Field in Colorado, the AL baseball All-Star game, Major League Baseball All-Star game. So.
During the break here, let us know. We talked about the Mets. Who's someone when you think of Pittsburgh Pirates? Give us a player who you think of when you think in your head Pittsburgh Pirates. Who comes to mind? And we'll talk about that in the next break. So, not sure who is coming up yet. New pitcher for Pittsburgh. That'll be David Bednar. He has a 1.35 ERA this season. First pitch to Pete Alonso is chopped to the shortstop, gathered by Newman, throws the first for the out. That is 1 pitch, 1 out for Bednar. What you'll see from Bednar, he's thrown in 38 games, 1.38 ERA, like I said, 34 innings, 42 strikeouts. He is the setup man for Richard Rodriguez. So he throws a fastball 56% of the time, or 54%, 97 mile an hour fastball. A split he'll throw 27.4%, and a curve 19%. Again, he is the setup man to Richard Rodriguez, who is the closer for the Pirates. 1 out already on 1 pitch. The next pitch from Bednar, that one's a little high. Misses for a ball to Jeff McNeil. Neal is 0 for 1 with a walk and a hit by pitch.
Well, Derek,
looks to be okay, though.
As we said earlier, I will say this. I think it's a good pick to pick Pirates and Mets because it's been a really good game.
Swings through that fastball. 1-1 does McNeil. Yeah, this has been a good game. I stick with it. I'm glad we did it.
Yeah.
I'd like to let us know. Also, let us know in the comments another teams you want to see. Maybe we'll be able to do them next time around. That's a fastball misses, or McNeil fouls it down the left field line.
There's an incident too today reported that in Colorado that people were arrested by the All-Star game, but nothing threatened any of the activities that were going on. So that was good to hear. But sad to hear though that that's got to be happening.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens at big events. People want to be noticed, and they need to just leave things alone.
1-2 from Bednar. Fastball over the middle of Pate. Fouled off by McNeil. You said it. He fouls off a ton of pitches.
He reminds me of a really I guess it's just because he played for the Mets. Then he played for the Phils too, though. But Lenny Dykstra. He reminds me of Lenny Dykstra a little bit. He gets up there and he does his thing. He just fouls balls off. He takes pitches. He makes the pitcher wait. He's very, very methodical with the way he goes about things. Chokes up on the bat.
1-2. Curveball misses.
He's a guy that love having your team, but you don't like to play against him because he's so passionate.
Yeah.
You know? Thinking about a couple Pirates I have in mind, Derek, for our
good
one that everybody will say. And
let us know, everyone. Yeah. Let us know who you think of the Pirates. Which player comes to mind? 2-2. That's a curveball right through first and second base there for a base hit for McNeil. That is his first base hit of the day, but third time on base.
You hit by a pitch and a walk, and he scored a run too.
Yep.
Definitely a very good player.
Another good at bat from Jeff McNeil. Right through first and second, not much they could do. That'll put him on first base with one out, and Michael Conforto is up ever since he had that home run in the first inning. He's had 2 outs since then. So he'll be looking to get back on the base paths here. Unless he goes all the way through. First pitch from Bednar, that is slashed into the outfield and gets down in front of Defoe, the right fielder. McNeil to second, and that is a nice single by Conforto right through the baseball there.
It was a really nice, it was a nice hit by Conforto. He's had a good day. He homered. That was a 3-run shot. Now he singled. I mean, he grounded out in Cade, but he still has had a pretty decent day.
Yep, nice 2-for-4 day for Conforto. Bumps his average up above 200, which I'm glad Mets fans would like to see. This will be Kevin Pillar's spot, and he will be hitting first and second with 1 out right now. He's hitting .219 on the season, 8 home runs, 23 RBIs. Got a bunch of time with a bunch of the injuries that occurred, especially to Conforto and Nimmo for the longest time, so Pillar got a lot of time.
Good veteran guy, very good defensively, but he gets you a little bit with the bat too. He hits pretty well.
Bednar's first pitch curveball misses outside.
Derek, I think Conforto, Smith, of course Lindor, but Conforto, Smith, and McNeil might be the 3 X factors for them in the second half because they're guys they just
if they can really get going.
Yeah, they could. I mean. You're only 4 games up right now. I've been good without giving my Philly score, but it's a close game in Boston. I'll tell you right now.
The 1-0 they stop play, calls timeout.
But yeah, the Phillies and Mets, and I mean Atlanta still has a shot. They got to get pitching. They have to get somebody with no Soroka, Fried's back, right? I think Fried's back, but they still are hurting now with no Acuna. I mean, Austin Riley's got to be your everyday left fielder now.
1-0, that's fouled off the end of the bat there.
You don't really have an outfield totally. Your Pache's not hitting. But pitching is their biggest thing, and I think, it's a close one at Fenway. It is going to be a nail biter. Guys like this, Pillar, VR, Guillaume, whatever.
Guillaume.
Yeah.
Guillaume.
But these guys all have to step in and step it up and step in at times.
Bednar turns back to second base, brings McNeil back to the base.
Pillar and VR Ron.
No, they've been very good.
Yeah.
At filling in for all the infield or guys missing, and
but the offense has been inconsistent. I feel that's the thing about that, right?
If they can be more consistent, they'll be up there with all the best teams. The next pitch from Bednar, that's fouled off.
Because I don't think, and I know your dad even mentioned that to me this morning, I don't think they're not with the Padres like Dodgers. They're a little bit below them. But they're still a very good team. And getting DeGrom out there every fifth day does not hurt. When he's the best pitcher on the planet.
I think they need to shore up the back end of the rotation. Bullpen seems to be all right. I mean, they're going to have some blow-ups, but there's a good amount of talent out there. But I like the depth that they have, and if the rest of the hitting can come around, they should be in a very good spot. 1-2 from Bednar. That's hit to center field, and Reynolds has got a beat on it, and he's got it. He throws it into third base, no test from McNeil, so doesn't get to move the runners along. That is 2 outs now, still first and second for the Mets, and 8-hitter James McCann.
This is the guy, too, I think, coming in a big contract. He's really not doing the job. 29 RBIs, playing a lot. I don't know. I just think you got to get hit for some stuff more from him, more consistency.
Yeah.
But they'll be an interesting team to follow in the second half, though.
But Pirates fans, if you're watching, I don't. There's some glimpses
don't
here.
Trade your team. I mean,
well, I understand. I
them.
know there's a lot of frustration with Pittsburgh fans because of
Marte, right?
How they treat the organization. But the first pitch to McCann, that's fastball low for a strike.
Even this guy's throwing well.
But they seem to have some talent here, and maybe probably in, you would think, 2 to 3 years they can probably start to make another run at the division again.
Wow.
With the talent that they have. So
they're showing a Garrett Cole graphic, and he was unbelievable last night. Do 129 pitches, 9 innings.
0-1 to McCann.
Beat the
Astros. That slider misses for a ball outside. Maybe a curveball, actually. He doesn't throw slider.
Derek, I think that's going to come up on our next show, talking about the Yankees a little bit, because they're going to be a very interesting team going forward, too.
Yep.
Whether positive or negative.
1-1 to McCann, looking to build that RBI count and maybe put it into the 30s, knock in a couple of these runners. The 1-1 inside jammed him a little bit over the first base line for a foul.
McNeil can run. A single could score him here. I think that's, depending where it's hit, maybe.
Right, yeah, depending. They're probably playing in a little bit, I would think, the outfielders, so as to not let anything drop. And if it does drop, don't let them get to home. 1-2 from Bednar. Setting up high, jams him, hits it to shortstop, and Newman tosses it to Frazier for the out at second. And that will not put any more runs on the board for the Mets, but they did have 2 hits in the inning.
Yes.
2 runners left on and no runs scored. Here we go, everyone. 5-4 headed into the top of the 9th inning. Who do the Pirates have up here? I think the 4 or the
they have up the top
of the order.
Top of the order.
Frazier, Newman, and Reynolds, just where they wanted it.
Boy. So unless Castro could be in there, it'd be better maybe for him now.
So Joe, we asked the question beforehand. Who comes to mind when you think of Pittsburgh Pirates? What guys come to your head?
So Barry Bonds, number 1, because I grew up in the 90s. He's got to be number 1. I like the guy that played center field in Andy Van Slyke. I like those 2. And of course, I used to read about Roberto Clemente. Even in grade school, I read about him in our library, actually, Derek.
Hmm.
You don't miss his info in a while. But yeah, no, those three. And if I give a pitcher, I'm gonna say like a guy like John Smiley, he's a good lefty they had back in a while ago. So
a couple people on the chat said Willie Stargell.
Yeah, that's a good
played
one.
in the mid 60s, early 70s, and late 70s. 7 All-Stars, World Series MVP in 79 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. You mentioned Barry Bonds. I thought of Roberto Clemente. That's just who comes to mind when I think in the old uniforms, of course. Honus Wagner was there for 17 years.
That's a good one.
Early 1900s.
That's a real good one, actually.
But and that. If I go on here, a couple other names.
Bobby Bonilla.
Of course, Andrew McCutchen for the most recent people.
Yeah.
But
it's Diaz.
That'll bring us to the top of the 9th inning, everyone. Edwin Diaz is out there once again. Adam Frazier, 3 for 4 today. First pitch, high, ball 1.
Okay.
Frazier, 3 singles in the 3rd, 5th, and 7th. Now he's up again for a 5th time, looking for a 4th hit. The 0-1 chopped foul down the right field line.
And 331, Jerry. That's nothing to sneeze about. Really, I mean, that's tops of a lot of divisions, probably. In that
One of the best players for a reason.
Yeah, he is.
The 1-1. That one is hit to left center field, and Pilar has it.
That's why he's out there.
That is why he is out there, and Dominic Smith is not at this crucial time.
He might not have had that one.
But that is an out. Nice slap by Frazier. He went with it to left field. Unfortunately, just didn't find any grass. Good play by Pilar for the first out. That'll bring up Kevin Newman batting second. He is 1 for 4 so far today. Single in the 5th inning. First pitch, slider inside, misses. Ball 1.
I still can't believe that Diaz, he didn't even look rattled out there last inning.
Second pitch. That one's crushed down the left field line. That one's going to get down. Pilar running it. Gets all the way to the wall, and that's going to be a stand-up double for Kevin Newman.
Well, I just said he didn't look rattled last
hit.
inning.
Yeah,
Let's see if he gets rattled now because it's 3 and 4 coming up.
That one was crushed right over the middle of the plate
just
there.
Didn't get enough of it to go out, though.
Yeah, that slider missed, and Newman drove it right down the left field line. Good placement, and that dropped right in and got to the wall. Couldn't quite get 3 at all. Didn't have a chance at that, but that puts him in scoring position, Joe.
Here we go, Derek.
And here's who the big bopper that they won up. Does Pittsburgh. That is Brian Reynolds. Only 1 for 4 today with a single in the 4th inning, but he's got those 51 RBIs for a reason. So the first pitch, that one is slashed to the second baseman, and he has it. And that is an out, but that moves the runner to third base, only 90 feet away, Joe.
Yes, it does. Here comes Nagowski.
And that is John Nagowski. He is hitting 311 so far this year, so he's in a big spot here, trying to tie it up for Pittsburgh. Can they make the comeback, Joe?
This is unreal. We thought we might have picked a clunker today. This has been a really good game, led by these home runs. All the Mets fans are on their feet
for the 25th pitch by Edwin Diaz.
The last game of the first half of the season.
Yeah, you want this
Mets
one.
in first place.
The first pitch, that one is slashed, and it's in through the infield, and that will bring home Kevin Newman. Big hit by John Nagowski.
Diaz blew it. Oh, no, Mets fans.
Unfortunately for Diaz, that was just another pitch. That was kind of a good pitch, actually, inside corner.
Oh,
Nagowski just battled. You wonder where was the shortstop at that time? He was definitely playing a pole or something. Not good placement, didn't see there, but Nagowski is pumped up, and the Pittsburgh Pirates are pumped up.
Oh,
That
man.
ties it up as Ben Gamble comes to the plate and gets a called strike to start us off, but that ties it up 5-5.
Derek, I have no room in my scorebook anymore.
Well,
Gonna run out of room. Just gonna have to fudge it.
top of the ninth inning, 0-1. Edwin Diaz pitches to Ben Gamble. That one is high, ball one. Misses for a slider.
There it is,
And
Drew
there-
Smith.
Drew Smith up in the bullpen, and that
Not
gets
taking any
Chase
chance.
DeYoung off the hook. He is officially not the loser, and Jerry's Familia will not get the win in this game.
Yeah, he had pitched a good. He did pretty good.
1-1 from Diaz. That one slapped
Gamble.
through the hole past Pete Alonso. It looks like they're going to go first to third. There goes Nagowski. He's rumbling to third base.
Oh, he's like a
And
linebacker.
Ben Gamble with the clutch hit. And Edwin Diaz is in a tough spot right now.
He is struggling.
First and third, Ben Gamble gets it right by Pete Alonso.
Oh,
Couldn't
man.
quite get to
You
it.
got to get outs late in the game. I know it so well from watching my team. And oh my Lord, this is unbelievable.
That will
And
bring
that's-
up Wilmer Defoe.
I'm sure the Mets fans are aware that the Phillies are up 1 run in the bottom of the 8th right now, so they're clinging to it.
I don't think they care, Joe.
It's not the second half of the season yet.
No.
It's early, but I scoreboard watch. All right, first and third, and it is Defoe, Derek, the veteran, and guess who's on deck?
No. Yeah, you don't want to get to the hot hitter. So
No. Now the guy's on base.
Jeremy Hefner came out to visit Edwin Diaz.
The visit might not have been too pleasant. Oh, there he is. I wanted to see him, Richard Rodriguez. I wanted to see him, a real tough right-hander that's been in trade rumors.
So here's Wilmer Defoe, 2 for 3, 2 singles and a walk and a run scored. First pitch to him, inside corner, 98 miles an
You
hour,
didn't
called
like that,
strike.
Eric. You didn't like that. He was arguing with the home plate umpire there. Is that Ayasanya today? He's there, I know, but I don't remember where he is. It's been a while.
Yeah.
He's on there, but he's another guy.
This will be the 30th pitch from Edwin Diaz. First and third, 2 outs.
I'm a little surprised he's still in.
0-1 pitch from Diaz. That one slapped down the other way
there's the lead.
past the third baseman, and that'll score Nagowski.
Defoe.
Defoe comes through for the Pirates in a clutch spot, and that'll put Pittsburgh up
man.
6-5.
The Pirates. They're just firing it up. Derek, we said it. This team isn't as bad as people think they are.
Nice slap pot past Guillorme's glove at third base.
Holy
And Diaz, that'll be the second run given up by Diaz today, and officially a blown save. Well, it was already a blown save. But Defoe is pumped, and Pittsburgh is pumped as they officially have made the comeback, scoring 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and 2 in the 9th to put them up now 6-5. And it looks like Rojas is out to take out Edwin Diaz, probably bringing in Drew Smith, as we saw warming up. That'll end the line for Edwin Diaz. That'll be 1 in a third innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts for Edwin Diaz. That'll bump his ERA up to 3.25.
Just still as the Pirates, Derek, you got to get the job done here. Like, they got to.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is one of the worst teams in baseball. And even though they played well, the Mets have blown a big save here.
Well, so far, every time that they've scored, they haven't given up runs, which is not what you want to do when you give up a comeback,
Right.
or when you start a comeback.
Right,
If you
exactly.
score your runs, shut them down, then keep going. So Pittsburgh has done a nice job with that. So that'll bring in Drew Smith, who threw 19 pitches yesterday. I'm not sure which game it is, but he is a 27-year-old pitcher for the Mets. He has a 2.96 ERA, so far this season in 18 games. What you'll see from Drew Smith, he has a four-seam fastball. He throws that 53.8% of the time, 95 miles an hour. He has a cutter that'll throw 33.2%, a curve 9%, and a change once in a blue moon 4% of the time. Smith will be tasked with coming in while there's a runner on first and second base with 2 outs against the hot-hitting Rodolfo Castro. His job, Joe, pretty simple. Don't give up any more runs.
Yeah, I mean, really, and keep Castro in the yard as he's hit 2 home runs today. Yeah, it is pretty simple. You're right. You got to get an out here, and you got to give your guys a chance in the bottom half of the 9th inning. We didn't think we'd see the Mets have to hit them, but they got to, and they're going to have the top of the order up too. So
this puts David Bednar in line for the win right now, provided what looks like will be Richard Rodriguez coming in to close it out, and that'll put the loss on Edwin Diaz. As of right now, we never know what happens in the bottom of the 9th. But first, we still have the top of the 9th to finish.
there's 15 hits there.
That'll be the second blown save by Edwin Diaz this season out of 21 chances. So, Drew Smith, we said it. He'll be the one coming in. Also, Thomas Nitto comes in for James McCann.
Better defensively. Maybe Smith knows him better.
Like we said, 18 games, 2.96 ERA for Drew Smith, 24 in the 3rd innings, 25 strikeouts. And here's Castro. That's a fastball slapped away down the left field line. 0-1.
You wonder too. They all read the scouting reports. They all see these players, but you just wonder if he was watching carefully earlier to see the pitches that he hit out, because stuff you have to think about when you get in there.
Yeah,
you don't want to make a mistake to him. Remember, Derek, 3 hits, 3 home runs. That's amazing.
So far in his MLB career, 0-1, second pitch.
Good pitch.
That's a cutter for a strike.
That was a nice pitch.
0-2. Smith goes up. Again, you'll see a 4-seam fastball, cutter, and a curveball from Drew Smith. Another decent arm in the Mets bullpen. You'll probably see for the rest of the way out. 0-2, see what he gives him here. That's he went in the dirt there. That bounced cutter. Gamble sitting on second. And on first was Defoe again.
Yeah, the big hit. The big hit past Alonso.
See if Smith can get the Mets out of this, only being down 1 run. The 1-2 from Drew Smith to Rodolfo Castro. And that's a high fastball chop to the second baseman, and that is thrown out to Alonso to end the inning. But the Pittsburgh Pirates move ahead. They have 15 hits today, Joe. And that puts them up over the New York Mets 6-5 going into the bottom of the 9th inning.
This is unreal.
And that will, I'm just going to go ahead and say that will probably bring in Richard Rodriguez.
I think you're right, Derek. I think he's coming in.
Bear with me while I bring up some stats for Richard Rodriguez.
Well, I do know that he is 31 years old, right-hander, 6'4", 220.
So he has so far this year he has a 2.36 ERA, 7 or 11 saves. He is 4-1, 33 games in 34 1/3 innings. What you're gonna see from him. He also has 2 pitches, just like Edwin Diaz, a 4-seam fastball. That's what he goes with. 86.8% of the time he'll throw his 4-seam fastball. Only 93 miles an hour, Joe, so I wonder if there's a lot of movement on his fastball. And then a slider, he'll throw that 13.2% of the time. But again, that puts David Bednar in line for the win. And Edwin Diaz in line for the loss. Hope everyone is enjoying out there. We ended up with a very good game, so we appreciate you coming on and watching with us and following along. We appreciate you very much, fans. First up will be Luis Guillorme batting ninth, and then it will be the top of the order, Brandon Nimmo and Francisco Lindor. And there is Richard Rodriguez. 11 out of 13 save attempts, so 2 blown saves so far this year. Not a ton of strikeouts, especially what you see from a closer, but I guess that's in part to his 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yep.
Jared Oliva comes out in right field. Do we know who's out in left? Or that was Defoe who was out in right field. So Oliva will come out to be a defensive stopper, hopefully. Yeah. Well, what do you think, Joe? Do you have a prediction? What's going to happen?
I think the Mets have to be frustrated, but they got to put that aside, and they just got to go play ball now. You got to get a run back here.
And it starts with Luis Guillorme.
Yeah.
He had a walk on his pinch hit appearance for Jeurys Familia.
Rodriguez is tough though, so I kind of feel like he might shut this down. Man, that's a tough way to lose a game though if the Mets can't come back after winning 5-0. They were winning 5-0 in the beginning.
In the first inning, yeah.
Right.
First pitch from Rodriguez. That's high at the belt, but called strike, 92 miles an hour. Normal positioning, pretty much by maybe a little bit to the right hand side pulled.
Yeah, Castro's not even playing the bat. Like he's playing really.
The 0-1, that was slapped into the outfield past the second baseman, and that is a single. Big wide turn by Guillorme and a bad throw, so he may have actually got in there, but he sticks at first base, does Guillorme. Big single to start him off, and a nice rip by Guillorme. Rodriguez, as we mentioned, Joe, probably someone who may be traded depending.
Yeah.
Probably won't be a closer anywhere else, but
be a good setup man.
Good, nice setup man, yeah, for a team potentially. But right here, right now.
Yeah, well, he's a Pirate right now, and he's got to face Brandon Nimmo, Francisco Lindor, and Dominic. Oh, that's not Dominic Smith anymore.
It'll be Nito, yeah.
Thomas Nito.
Nimmo, 1 for 4 today. He started off with a double, 0 for 3 since. First pitch to him, swings through a fastball, 0-1, 93 miles an hour. That's his fastball, Joe, 93. Doesn't throw it too hard, but
yeah. He's not rushing it up at 98, right?
As long as you hit your spots, right? That's something that doesn't matter what Edwin Diaz threw, 99. If you don't hit your spots, then you're going to go up the runs.
That's it.
Complete opposite closers a little bit here.
Oh, yeah, we're seeing 2 different ends of the spectrum.
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
6-5 Pittsburgh. Runner on first. The 0-1.
Oh,
just misses outside corner. That was a good pitch, but just misses.
Because you don't want to groove one from here. Nimmo can hit the ball. I mean, he's going to get a good swing. But, man, is this set for Lindor, man? This is a perfect moment. You know,
this will get him on their side if he comes through.
I mean, he's had a heck of a day, too. I think he's got 3 hits today. 2-run homer, a walk, a single, and another single. Yeah, he's got 3 hits.
1-1 to Brandon Nimmo. Fastball high, check swing, and it fouls it off.
He did not want to do that, and you could tell by his body language.
Yeah, it might have been a ball, a little bit high.
Yeah, he knew it, too. He said it was high. If you're Rodriguez here, I kind of want to go in, but I don't know how. You don't also want to go too far in and hit him, or you don't want to go middle of the plate in.
Well, he's been pretty much outside to him so far, so maybe he does go in here.
No. I got it. Well, that was a ball.
1-2 was a ball from Richard Rodriguez to Brandon Nimmo. Pretty big at bat here, Joe, for Brandon Nimmo. He's got to move him over. That would be pretty big.
Yep, you want Guillorme. The G-Man, I'm going to call him.
Guillermo.
Guillermo.
Or Guillermo. Maybe I've even been saying it wrong.
I can't say it. But, yeah, he needs to get to second base. Oh, my God. Nimmo grounded in that double play. Second at 4-6-3. A 4-6-3 double play. Rodriguez rolled. And Guillermo, he's out.
Apologies, everyone.
Yes.
We had some technical difficulties on the TV. Horrible timing, but
ball one to Lindor, though.
We see that. Ball one to Francisco Lindor.
It was a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, Derek. He got one more mile an hour there. Here we go. Here's the Nimmo. We're going to go back.
So we're up to the 1-2, and that one's just missed.
Yeah.
So apologies again. We had some technical difficulties. We saw so we're back at the Nimmo at bat, but let's click go live here. Okay. So we are at 1-0. Apologies again. There was a double play there. It looked like Brandon Nimmo to second baseman Adam Frazier.
Yeah, over to the shortstop.
So we have nobody on, 2 outs, and Francisco Lindor is up.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
It happens.
Horrible timing, but it happens. So that'll put us at 1-0. Francisco Lindor. Joe, well, now nobody on, but perfect time would be for Lindor to really
tie the game here.
Get the love of these fans, that's for sure. The 1-0 is high, ball 2.
Well, you also look at it, and Nito's not an offensive weapon. So they don't have a third catcher probably. He's got to hit. He's got to hit. So Lindor's probably looking to tie this game. The guy that gave a 10-year contract to and a superstar.
The 2-0, that is a high, and he went for that high.
That could be trouble, though.
Fly ball in between second and right field, and they bump into each other, and they get the out. It is caught, and that is the ball game. Lindor really went for it, but he just missed that one. And that is all for the New York Mets, and that is the game. Pittsburgh wins it 6-5. And that is not how the Mets fans wanted to go into the All-Star break, with a split with the last place Pittsburgh Pirates, but that is what happens as Pittsburgh, after being down 5-0 in the first inning, scores 6 runs throughout the rest of the game to win over the New York Mets, and that'll give Richard Rodriguez another save in his tally. So, winner of the game will be David Bednar. Loser was Edwin Diaz, and Richard Rodriguez gets his 12th save of the series. Time of the game was 3 hours and 27 minutes. Final lines: 6 runs, 15 hits, no errors for Pittsburgh. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Mets. Pittsburgh moves up to 34-56, and the New York Mets are 47-40. Wow, Joe, that ended up being a pretty darn good game. But final thoughts and maybe some key players in this game.
Well, 5 runs early looks good, but then when you don't add on, it's tough. And Pittsburgh did not quit. Rodolfo Castro came to play, big 2-run. He had a solo home run, and then Perez hit a home run, and then later Castro hit a 2-run home run. So, real good job by the young Pirates. The Mets, it's not going to end their season. They got a whole second half. They're going to be just fine. It'll be a tight race in the National League East, I think, all the way down to the end. But real good game today. It was really exciting to be a part of this, and I'm happy that we picked the Pirates Mets. We should not discriminate next time. Maybe bad teams are really to go sometimes. Get some players in there.
Never know.
Exactly.
But this is it for the playoff, or for the first part of the regular season. Everyone will have 4 days off. Next Friday, these same 2 teams will go. Pittsburgh, this time in Pittsburgh at PNC Park, and Pittsburgh will be the home team, and the Mets. And that's a nice little 3-game series between the two of them. But Thank you very much, everyone, for being with us. Big game from Rodolfo Castro, key to the game. And yeah, Joe kind of said it. You got to keep those runs going and put away the team. But that is it for us. So we appreciate everyone who stayed on to watch with us. We hope you enjoyed another live play-by-play, this one between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the New York Mets on the 11th of July. If you missed our first two, they're kind of old, but feel free to jump back and watch them. That was the Cardinals and the Phillies, and the Padres and the Astros was a couple weeks ago now. So jump back and watch those if you would like. But as always, everyone, thank you for being with us. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click that like button if you want to, if you appreciate what you're watching. Till next time and next play-by-play, we hope you enjoyed. But as always, everyone, thank you for taking time out of your day to spend some time with us. Stay safe. Take care.